Hi, friends. Happy little Wednesday. Tuesday, I mean. You know, it must be a Tuesday. It's always a Tuesday around here.
It's a Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. Congratulations on three of us being three of the four people in the building today.
Right. Because, you know, Dirt and Sprague are going to get out of here immediately.
If they aren't already in the parking lot. You know, there are times I get to my car before I hear Joey Mack at 1 o'clock.
Yep.
And that makes me, I'm just impressed.
I'm like, how did I make it out here this
Get
fast?
the hell out of here.
That was kind of fast.
I don't know, dude. You're lucky that today is today because I think you should get roasted for this.
Why?
You were offered the day off and did not take it
I didn't.
for your service.
Yep.
Oh, man, dude, we don't get a lot of days off around here.
No, we don't. But I don't know. Maybe I'm a weirdo. Maybe I'm a sicko. I just with all like the Veterans Day stuff. I don't ever really like quote unquote take advantage of it. And there's a weird part of me like
Enter taking advantage of it in 3 times.
No.
I'm messing with you. You can be serious.
Yeah, no. First of all, shout out to all the veterans out there.
Shout out to all the veterans.
We're all weird
included.
and twisted and broken, and we all have our stories and all of our stuff that comes along with it, and like how we got there, and whether we did 4 years, 20 years, 30 years, whatever it is. It's a massive part of our life and kind of who we are, who we've been, and
it's very much identity.
Yeah, there's a lot of identity in it. Like it matured me more than I ever thought. I barely graduated high school because my last 2 years of high school I screwed around so much I had to clep a test to walk. But then I go to college and my degrees I've got a 3.98 GPA. Like
yeah.
It matured me. Like it did. Now it took a big part of my innocence.
Sure.
It did.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that you see and things that you do, especially in the time period that I was in. Yeah. Yeah, when you're 19 years old and you're picking out brain matter out of the wall because somebody clicked off a freaking S-Fest in a room, yeah, that does something to you. But at the same token, like on the Veterans Day stuff, I'm fortunate. Even though my body is broken and I'm going to pay for it for the rest of my life, I have all my limbs.
Yeah.
I have my faculties. I don't have like...
You can pee on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have any of like the traumatic brain injury, PTSD, ideations and stuff like that haunt me. I consider myself very lucky. And with a lot of those things, one that was really popular for a long time on Veterans Day, I don't know if they still do it, but Applebee's gave free meals to veterans. And I had a bunch of buddies for the first couple of years like, let's go to Applebee's. You can eat free. And I'm like, man, I know a lot of vets that are not doing well.
Yeah.
I don't want to be at that table and take that up. Like, I want them to have that opportunity. I've mentioned this before. Suicide rate among veterans is, I think it's four or five times the national average.
Mm-hmm.
Our medical needs and necessities are much greater than the average person.
And the VA isn't enough to give what you need.
No, it's not. And so, like,
Although, shout out the VA.
Shout out most VAs.
Shout out the people that work at the VA.
Shout out most people that work at
VAs.
Yes. Like most things. I have access to the VA. I've got injury benefits and all those kind of things, but I don't really use them. And I'm not sitting here to be like high and mighty or anything like that. But like I know the waiting times. I know how hard it is to get in there. Sometimes I know how much of a process and a pain in the ass it can all be, and so. People are always like, well, you shouldn't feel that way. You did this, you did that. You have access to these things. I'm good. And so on days like today, I always I was given the day off, but then that puts more burden on you guys, and that's not ever the way that I'm ever going to be.
You care about us?
I know it's weird.
Might have been the nicest thing you ever said.
In a roundabout way.
Only if it affects you.
Yeah, it's more about how I feel about it, not actually about you guys. It's how I feel about it. And if you're watching on YouTube and you see me keep looking down, my earbud fell off my headphone. I'm sitting here, my ADD
picked a great time to do it.
Yeah, no, my ADD is really frustrating me right now because I only have one earbud in, and it's super super weird. It's like making me all fidgety.
I think a lot of people have that at the station.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So a lot of people do. I think this guy
the one
over here does one.
I
think Sucanic only has one in.
Well, it's fine for me. Like on TV, I have an IFB,
right,
and that is a solo little one. But that one, it's just one cord. Now I have this one here, just like sitting here dangling. It's throwing me off. You know what I could do? I could just plug my IFB in and call it good.
You could also just, I don't know, your IFB might have a delay. I've tried the Bluetooth thing in here.
Well, no, it plugs in.
Oh, it plugs in?
Yeah.
Then you might be okay.
Yeah, I might just do that. I'll just do that in the break.
Yeah, dude, if you got a nice IFP, why not?
I'll just do that.
I was thinking about there's IEMs too, inner ear monitors that a lot of musicians use.
Oh, yeah.
Some people, because I follow some super nerdy stuff on the internet about like headphones and audio stuff and audiophile loser stuff. There are some people out there that use IEMs for their headphones, like to listen to music.
Oh,
Because some of them are nice enough that they give you good resonance.
interesting.
I know.
Okay.
Which I thought would be a bad idea because I think it's just supposed to give you multi-channel and control how much you want, but it's just so you can hear, not to jam out. But I've never had an IEM, so I don't know. I don't know if they would actually sound great.
Yeah, because usually it's just if you're doing them, it's usually so you can either like hear a click track or.
I need to hear the drummer because there's 60,000 people screaming my name.
Yeah, what's funny if people don't know this, I've played drums forever. Drummers, they just hear a click track the whole time. If you don't know what a click track is, it is literally just a tempo counter. Tick,
Well, not all
tick.
drummers.
A lot of drummers, it's just a click track that I hear. And it's such a weird thing to think about. They're playing in a stadium full of 20,000 people, and they just hear
Tick,
tick, tick, tick, tick. So just
Not for me, man.
because the way the sound goes out of the stadium, there's a delay. And so it can throw you off if you don't have the tempo in your head. It's super, super weird.
I don't like that. Sometimes when I record music, then it'll put the click track on there, and I'm it's so distracting to me.
Yeah.
I like trying to keep the time natural. I mean, I'm fortunate enough that I can keep a beat fairly well naturally.
The amount of people that can't clap on rhythm,
Is wild.
it drives me bonkers.
Well, I think it just goes to show that like music artistic skills are not easily had. You kind of have it or don't have it. Like I can't draw, all right? I'm very artistic, but I cannot draw.
I feel like the Venn diagram of people who can't clap on rhythm and who do the white man's overbite is a near circle.
You don't like the white man overbite?
yeah, I mean,
It's one of my favorite lines from When Harry Met Sally.
it's one of those things that you just you either got it or you don't.
We went to an Ethiopian restaurant. I said we'd order 2 empty plates and get out of there. I thought it was funny. She didn't laugh. So then, what do you know? We go out dancing, do the white man's overbite. You go home, you have sex, and then you got to leave early in the morning. Something to that degree. Billy Crystal,
Perfect.
a gentleman deep down inside.
Okay. The IFB works.
It does.
It does.
Whoa, it looks weird.
Yeah, well.
It looks like a camelback, like you're about to rip that thing with some liquor in it.
Yeah, well. I can clip it to my collar. There we
Oh,
go.
okay.
It definitely sounds different. It's all I hear is clear vocal now. It's like,
It's quality.
yeah, it's a little weird
Why don't you rock 2 of those?
because I mean, on TV you're kind of hide it.
Right.
That's why it's this. But yeah, now I've got something that's going to bother me the entire show because this is not working the way it's supposed to.
I actually saw you on TV a little bit last night.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
What establishment were you at?
I was at my house.
Oh,
Um,
you kept the game on long enough.
No, I forgot to turn the channel.
There we go.
I was upstairs doing some stuff. My wife and I were working on our bonus room and kind of cleaning up. She's
You heard the voice, and all of a sudden you had
couple days off.
PTSD.
No, and then I went downstairs to like do something. I think I had to let the dog out, and I went downstairs and looked over at the TV, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Danny's talking about." Oh, I can't do this. I'm going to talk with Danny about Blazers tomorrow. Like,
Yeah, you don't want to hear me talk about it now.
I don't need this right
No,
now.
no.
Although you did not respond to my text again. I got to page Joe Simons. All right, my Wazoo brethren.
Oh no! I didn't respond because
Did you talk to him about
I
this?
read. So we got off air, and I immediately read it word for word, and then I added "Sincerely, Patrick Harris."
Yeah,
at
dude.
the end of it.
Come on, Joe. I've never met you, dude, but things are not going well, man.
His response to you. So Joe said Cougars and not Cougs. And,
I have never said Cougars in my life. The Washington State Cougars?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
But,
Go Cougs.
Joe's first response, you perked his ears.
Oh, yeah?
He goes, Pullman or Vancouver?
I went to Pullman,
And that's what I said.
baby.
I go, he went to Pullman. He goes, I'll hear him out.
Yeah, dude. It's Cougs. Come on, Joe. Come on, Joe.
So there you go.
I was embarrassed.
Just-
That's why. So, Danny, you're lucky, actually. I turned the channel because of Joe Simons.
There you
not
go.
'cause of
Not
Danny
because of
Moran.
me. There you go.
No.
Love it. Simple things.
Yeah. You're looking good on TV, though, man. Hair's all nice.
It's, just little mild changes.
Even the wife said something. She was like, Danny looks good.
Yeah,
His
well.
texter is like, who's the doppelganger that replaced Danny? Where'd the serial killer lunch hour go? Keep it up, and we might think you're a decent human being deep
Yeah.
down. Deep
Deep
down.
down. Deep.
Deep down,
So-
deep down near the bodies.
Yeah, no, I bury the bodies on top, and then the sweet, gushy core is down under the bodies. That's all it is. I will say this is kind of messing with me because now my levels is like what I talk versus what I hear. It's like I need to find the sweet spot here because the volume is very different.
Yeah, that's what I have to do. And I think that's why it's so loud when I come in because
Sprague's deaf.
no, my voice is pretty muffled in this. But yours is clear.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I just deal with it.
Mm.
I just deal with the internal dialogue.
That's one of those inside baseball things. Like anybody who listening to us is like, I don't care. It is a very, very, very weird thing to have your own voice in your ear. The worst thing that happens, it happens on TV the most. Rust, I'm sure you've seen guys on TV when we get IFB feedback. It will cause you to have a stroke.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you're able to see him.
Yeah,
tear
you
it
will
out for
literally,
the
you will
rest
just
of the
rip it
segment.
out of your ear
Yeah.
because you cannot talk. Your voice is on about a half second or a second delay. And as you try to talk, if I try to talk like right behind it, and it causes you to short circuit. If you ever see somebody just rip their IFB out,
That's why.
they're not like frustrated. Well, they could be frustrated with somebody, but it
They got
causes
Jason
you.
Swigart in their ear yelling at him to break.
Yeah, it is something like it does something to you that makes it so you cannot talk.
Well-
it's such a weird phenomenon.
This face for radio is not going to have to worry about that.
Yeah, well, dude, look, come on. Not that's my own father told me that. I started on TV. He's like, that's weird.
Why?
You have a face for radio.
UGLY. You ain't got no alibi. You ugly.
It happens.
It does happen.
It happens.
Oakley Dokley, we got a show for you today. 11 o'clock hour, we'll get to some college football. The ACC is falling apart, but the SEC is starting to separate themselves from everybody else. The big nooner will hit the future of the New York Giants as that news broke yesterday. But we didn't have a ton of time to get into it. We'll make fun of the Huskies today. We'll talk about Monday Night Football. Free consultation at 12:15 as we do every single day. Every single Tuesday, at 12:15. So get those questions in throughout the day. But we'll start here. The dead man walking was given his papers, and I'm kind of surprised it happened, and the story on how we got here is even more wild. Nico Harrison is out in Dallas. We'll start there, 105.1 The Fan. It's 10:18 here, Portland Sports Leader. Don't you forget it. We are live from the shadows of the historic Fremont Bridge. 503-864-6326 is the fan text line. She lets you interact with us throughout the entire day. Also over on the youtube.com/1051 The Fan. It is a wild thought on a Veterans Day. This guy who has never fired a gun in his life sits next to you, my friend.
Where I have, oh wow, that's super hot. I have tinnitus in my left ear from firing a gun so much.
Yeah. There's a better chance you get me gambling before you get me shooting guns.
I'll get you on a range.
No, you won't.
I will.
You won't.
Chloroform exists.
There he is, guys. He's back.
And we're back.
And we're back. Let's dive right into this, all right? The news this morning broke about 2 hours ago, right? 8 o'clock, that the Dallas Mavericks were going to relieve Nico Harrison of his duties, and that was confirmed. There were a bunch of sources out there. Finally, a statement from the ownership group in Dallas relieving Nico Harrison of his job. This stems from, what are we, about 6 months?
9 months.
9 months
Since he traded Luka.
since he did the dumbest trade in the history of the NBA.
You can argue it might be the worst trade in sports history.
The worst trade in sports history. You know, the Pau Gasol one really pissed me off to the Lakers, but
yeah. But Powell wanted out.
I know.
Luka didn't want out. He had just bought a $14 million house.
Yeah, it might be. I'm sure there's some like baseball ones that don't age well because like some minor leaguer you never heard of named, Willie Mays was traded or something weird like that. But yeah, as far as like active players, yeah. Comes off the heels of that and the fire Nico chance, the what looks to be more and more rigged day by day, the Cooper Flag draft, winning that. And the Mavericks have said enough is enough and they relieved him of duties this morning.
There's so many things. There's so many different angles of this. The fact that the impetus for the firing was two things. One, how crappy the Mavs have been to start the season, so they couldn't use the potpourri of like, but look, we're better.
Defense is good. You showed me some metrics the other day that shows their defense is pretty good. Their offense is just woof.
It's a train wreck. You think the Blazers struggle on offense? You have seen nothing yet.
And they have Cooper Flag.
Yeah. So...
Well, we talked about his comments he made the other day. I don't remember if we did it on the air or not.
Yeah, no, we played it for...
We played it on the air. Holmesy.
It was Holmesy or Closing Arguments.
Something like that. Yeah. And he was talking about how he's never lost like this in his entire life. Yeah. Now, that's a little bit of privilege there because you are Cooper Flag.
But he's also,
But he's also recognizing that they are losing.
Yes.
Like
they aren't in games.
The game starts and it's over.
Yeah. And it's done.
Yeah.
So there's that. But there's also Christian Clark, who covers the Mavs, had an article out highlighting what transpired last night between a Mavs fan and Patrick Dumont, the acting or face of ownership for the Adelson family. And basically this 18-year-old fan was given the bird and telling him to go believe himself. And the fan ended up apologizing and said, I don't want to do that. I'm sorry.
Which good for that kid.
Yeah, like
you know
for
what
a kid to recognize
18-year-old,
that. Yeah.
I don't know if I'd have done that.
And Dumont basically said a version of, sorry, I traded like the most important player of a lifetime.
And your favorite player. You live in Dallas and you're wearing a Laker jersey at a non-Laker game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it took that bit of reality. I think that's, honestly, this is what's kind of insane about this. The Dumont and the Adelsons, like, I don't think it actually hit them until last night. I don't think it did. I don't think it hit, like, it truly hit home. Despite all the fire Nico chants, despite all the social media, despite all the protests, where have they not been? Where has ownership not been? Face-to-face with fans.
No, they have not. Probably because nobody wants to get told to F themselves.
But somebody did, and like it took a moment of humanity to go, we've got to try to fix this.
There's also some interesting stuff that I read that I was kind of chatting with you before the show. Like, I had read some stuff that ownership was kind of not sour on Nico yet, but we're like, kind of like, let's steal AD. Look, this thing is going to take a lot more work than we realize. Kyrie's not coming back anytime soon. Let's see what we can get for AD, and he refused to. And that was kind of one of the straws that broke the camel back. I think the reality is it's just people that run the basketball program over there don't know basketball, and they're learning from their mistakes. Now, I'll give them a lot of credit for learning from their mistakes because I don't know what Phoenix is doing. I don't know what Sacramento is doing. Yeah. You know, like we bitch and moan about the Blazers all the time, but
It can always be worse.
it can always be worse. I've been on the record. I kind of like what Joe Cronin's built here. I think he's going in the right direction. Still a lot of work to do.
Sure.
A lot of unknowns to be answered. But I would never look at Joe Cronin, even if I was just like a nobody. And even if I had money and no repercussions, I would never tell him that he sucks at his job and F you.
Yeah.
Like these people are to their equivalent of Joe Cronin and Jody Allen.
Yes. So here's another part of this. Patrick Dumont has an open letter to Mavs fans. I don't like reading this much, but this one's kind of worth reading because of how bad it is. Dear Mavs family, on May 30th, 2024, the Mavs won the Western Conference Championship. We came up short in the NBA Finals, but we all agreed our future was bright. As fans of this franchise, you've every right to demand a commitment to success from us. Okay, good start. Good start. No one associated with the Mavs organization is happy with the start of what we all believe will be a promising season. You have high expectations for the Mavericks, and I share them with you. When the results don't meet expectations, it's my responsibility to act, and I've made the decision to part ways with general manager Nico Harrison. There's something missing between May 30th, 2024 and the firing of Nico Harrison.
It's Luka Doncic.
Just say the thing.
Yeah, say the
the thing, Bart.
Yep.
Like, dude, we screwed up. Say we should not. Say it out loud.
Well,
go. Like I know he's like, you don't admit failure. No. Say it. You want to bring people back. You want to You want to think you can be a part of this city. Be a part of this culture. Say the thing. Say that you screwed up. Don't dance around it. Don't do anything like that. We screwed up. We traded away a franchise icon at the peak of his powers, and we did not do the necessary due diligence to get a return that matched what we sent out.
Well, that's it. That's it. If they came out and said, we believe that trading Luka was the right move for our franchise, you can say that, and I can listen to that. Mm-hmm. But the return has to be.
You better have 5
better.
first-round picks and 3 players that you think are going to be the bee's knees.
How Austin Reeves is not starting for the Dallas Mavericks is beyond my imagination. Cool, because the Lakers didn't want to get rid of him. Then you don't get Luka. Yeah. Plain and simple. If they would have come out and said, look, we stand by the idea of moving on from Luka, but we admit that we failed at getting the correct return. Boy, that'd go a long way for me. That'd go a long way for the fan base, too. Because
they'd still think you're dumb.
They'd still think you're dumb.
But they could at least be like,
well, at least they admitted it. And maybe they learned from their mistake. Because now here's the question, man. And I know the NBA is set up in ways to prevent this, which is the whole point of it. But this goes to, like, when you are Cooper Flagg and this is what you're watching, okay? In your short time in the NBA, you've basically been in the NBA since you stepped foot on Duke campus, right? You knew you were going. The question was, can I win a title at Duke before I go to the draft? That was really the only question. And how much NIL money can I make before I go to the draft? So in this year and 2 months, you have seen the Dallas Mavericks, Kyrie Irving goes down, Luka Doncic gets traded for nothing, the GM who drafts you then gets fired, and an owner admitting malpractice. Boy, when my rookie deal is up, can't wait to sign that extension.
And that's why.
And I know it's built friendly to keep players in-house. And I actually love, for all my issues with the NBA and their salary cap and RFA and all that kind of stuff, that is something that I love because it incentivizes guys like Anthony Edwards to stay in Minnesota and not go to the Lakers or the Heat. I love that. Giannis in Milwaukee, etc. But if I'm Cooper Flagg, dude, it's like, I made $38 million in college that I normally wouldn't have made. I might take a hit and go somewhere else.
Well, not just that. So the Mavs basically have 4 years now. The clock has started to make sure that you're building around Cooper Flagg. There are 2 players, I think, that are on this team that are, quote-unquote, untouchable. Obviously, Cooper is the one. The next one is probably Lively. And I don't know if he's untouchable, but you better be getting a king's ransom for him if you're dealing him. Every single other player is dealable, and you should be looking to explore, and you should tank the living bejesus out of this season because this draft class, we were talking about this off air yesterday. Ding. There is a top 10 in this draft class. As a reminder, Cooper Flagg should be in this draft class.
Yep.
You've got Cam Boozer, you've got AJ DeBonsa, you've got Mikal Brown, you've got Darren Peterson, You've got Koa Pete. You've got Nate Amen. Like, you have got Tunde Yusufu. You have got so many dudes. Caleb Wilson. You have got so many dudes that everybody's looking at this class going, oh, this might be one of those classes.
And I'm being told AD has foot problems that are related to an Achilles. Get him out.
Yeah.
Get him out.
He's been he's been with the Mavs for 45 games. He's appeared in 14, I believe is the number now.
You're not going to be able to move Kyrie, but I would actually like Kyrie when he comes back to teach my kids.
I mean, you might actually be able to move Kyrie.
Yeah.
Now, you technically can't because he's injured, all those kind of things.
Right.
Like,
But when he comes back.
because, damn near every team in the league checked in on Damian Lillard.
For Milwaukee?
When the Milwaukee Bucks bought him out. Damn near every team in the league did.
Yeah, why not?
Because they know the value of him. And Kyrie, despite all of his stuff, has seemed to have matured and gotten out of the crazy.
Look, one thing I'll always give Kyrie credit, and I'm a Kyrie apologist, is as crazy and loose cannon as he is off the court, it rarely translates to on the court.
It did in Boston.
It did in Boston, but I think we all agree that Boston and Kyrie Irving were a bad fit from the jump.
And Brooklyn.
Well, Brooklyn had its own problems, I think. But for the most part, Kyrie steps onto the court and none of that stuff matters. And he plays ball. And I give him a lot of credit for that, which is why, even though he is crazy, why he's still so valuable. Because on the court, now, I don't want him talking to my rookies off the court.
Right.
But on the court, yeah, man, stick around. Show me how to hoop.
But you've got him. You've got Anthony Davis. You've got P.J. Washington.
Move PJ, move Davis.
You've got Najee Marshall. Like,
someone will give you some garbage for Klay Thompson, even though he's cooked.
I mean, he's... Oof.
But, I mean, dude, put him in a package.
Yeah.
He's cheap. He's not super expensive. Somebody's on a title contender, and they're like, I'll take Klay Thompson off the bench.
I mean, if you're the Mavs right now, so...
Here's a second round in 2031.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but
you know what I mean.
But the Mavs are appointing Mike Finley and I can't remember the other guy's name.
Great Mike Finley.
Matt Riccardi.
Thank you. I could not remember. I had Bacardi in my head. I'm like, that's not it. But they're co-GMs until they find a full-time replacement. I think you need to go outside your organization.
Without a doubt.
Like
you need fresh eyes.
Somebody needs to come in and go, okay, Cooper Flagg, Derek Lively, you guys are in this bucket.
Yep.
Everybody else, you are in the you can be had bucket.
They need like a Jerry DiPoto, somebody that's just down to trade everybody. Watch them go hire like a Neil Olshey, who's like, no, I like all these guys.
Well, no, he didn't draft any of them.
That's true.
So
I'm trading Cooper Flagg for Austin Reeves, straight up.
Oh, God. Lakers.
Told you I wanted Austin Reeves, and we never should have got the number one pick in the first place.
Yeah, we're just
it all evens out.
Just writing things out.
You gave Luka and Cooper Flagg for Austin Reeves?
AD and Austin Reeves? What are you doing? But yeah, no, it's it is kind of funny that it took a bad start to the season when they weren't going to be good to begin with because they didn't have anybody who could be a primary ball handler.
But it's like they needed to see it to believe it. It's like they gaslit themselves to not think that they were going to be bad. And although we all laugh and think that the draft was rigged, like you were in that position for a reason. Like, and then you just traded the only thing you had. Mm-hmm. So to need to see it to believe it that you were going to be bad is a rough spot to be in.
But there's another little tidbit in this story that it doesn't make me feel bad for Nico Harrison. It does a little bit. He had a new seat in the arena, and they had portable stairs that they would run up to where his seat was that would allow him to get to the tunnel and exit as quickly as possible.
For when they started booing him?
Or, heaven forbid, rushed him.
Oh, wow. Security reasons?
I mean, he was getting death threats. Which, that's not okay.
That's not okay.
And it's also not okay when he's out with his family at the local Chili's to go through the window, dap him up, and tell him he sucks.
That's so rough.
That clip was wild.
That's so rough. I would never do that, but shout out that fan that did that.
You have a right to do that.
I would not do that.
I would not do that.
But this is America on a Veterans Day.
There's just so much in this, man. There's just so much in this. What the straw that broke the camel's back being that is objectively funny.
Yep. We'll keep eyes on this over the next few days to see what any kind of fallout there is in Dallas. But let's stick in the association with the Blazers here. And, sometimes a guy just makes a shot. Sometimes it just happens that way. But first, there's Russ with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Grand Central Bowl Arcade and Sports Bar, your Ducks game day headquarters in Portland. First on the Fan, now 0-2 to start their 5-game road trip with losses in Miami and Orlando. The Trailblazers are off today as they head to New Orleans to face the Pelicans tomorrow. Portland now 5-5 on the season. They are 9th in the Western Conference. As we have been talking about there, Mavericks fired GM Nico Harrison today during a meeting with team governor Patrick Dumont. Assistant GMs Michael Finley and Matt Riccardi are being promoted to lead basketball operations. The Mavericks are 3-8 on the season. That is 14th in the Western Conference. NBA doubleheader tonight on NBC and Peacock. First at 5 o'clock, 76ers 1.5-point favorites hosting the Celtics. Then in the nightcap, 8 o'clock, it's the Nuggets 8.5-point favorites at the Kings. And in a legal filing, Brian Kelly's attorneys say LSU has not, quote, formally terminated the head coach. It further says the school is looking to fire Kelly for cause and potentially avoid paying the full $54 million buyout. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Rust from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of Ducks game day. Before and after every Ducks football game this season. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Big Will Betts checking in on the YouTube over there. Says there's a buzz down in Dallas right now, as that's where he works.
He's down in the Big D.
He's down in the Big D. He said champagne bottles may be popping in the office today.
Pop bottles.
That is a wild thought. Like, you know, let's take us, for example, here, okay? Let's say, let's say we're all diehard Ducks fans, okay? And they win a national championship. Or let's say we all really, really hated Chauncey Billups and he goes to jail. You got to be on some whole nother level for me to decide to like celebrate in the office and I don't work for you. You know what I mean? Like Will is down there in sports media and the office in sports media is stoked that somebody got fired. Like you got to be so unlikable.
I saw a tweet earlier that was the gist was, do you know how much people have to dislike you for all of NBA Twitter who doesn't agree on anything to all agree that you suck?
They do not agree on anything.
And I was like, damn.
And you agreed with that take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dude, the Blazers were the only team playing that night. They were the only team playing that night. They were playing the Suns.
Yeah.
And we're all sitting in press row, and I popped up like a prairie dog because I saw it first. And I turned to everybody. I go, check your phones. And everybody's like, what? And I'm like, Luka just got traded to the Lakers. And the big eyes from like both rows, like we all spent the next like 5 minutes. Shams got hacked. He got hacked.
Yeah.
He got hacked. And there's no way. He got hacked.
There's no way they would trade him not only trade him, but trade him to the Lakers.
Because they're sitting there going, what would the Lakers give?
I don't even remember where I was because I was in shock.
I remember exactly where I was because we were,
Well, you just said
yeah,
that.
the only team playing. So it was like, it was crazy. And I remember a fan showing one of the Suns players their phone during a timeout. And then it spread to the Suns and Blazers bench because they don't have their phones.
Right.
And then everybody, like, I remember Jeremy Grant's face, just jaw dropped, hand over his mouth, wide eyed, like, what?
Well, isn't there a famous video of Kevin Durant? He's like, no.
Yeah.
No.
And in the Suns locker room that night, KD said, and both of them said, if he could be traded,
Any of us
could be traded. Like, that was the fear that went through the players was like, oh, I have no power. I have no leverage.
Yeah,
I have
nothing.
none.
So what would be the bigger reaction / celebration in Dallas? This move firing Nico Harrison, or if Jerry Jones somehow gave up general manager responsibilities?
Well, Stephen Jones still
Ooh.
exists.
I don't know, man, dude.
Jerry sold the team.
Nico is tough. I mean, Nico, like, did something to you that you will never forget. I don't think Jerry's done anything as egregious as Luka. Trading Micah is tough.
Yeah, but he also brought in the triplets.
Yes. There is a lot of good that Jerry has done, and Micah is not Luka Doncic.
No.
Micah Parsons is a great player.
But also the city
And they
of
also
Dallas
got something back for it.
Well, I would
I mean,
argue
not a ton, but something.
I would argue
they got
the
more than they did for Luka.
I would argue the returns are about the same.
Ouch.
I would argue, and that's the thing is, the two franchise pillars, the two best players at their positions in the league, in their respective leagues, got traded for pennies on the dollar
Yeah.
by incompetent ownership and front offices.
DJ on the YouTube says, for anyone that isn't sure what the Luka trade meant, in girl terms, Destiny Child just traded Beyonce to TLC for Chili. Now, I don't know why Chili's catching shade there. I love TLC, but that is kind of the equivalent.
Well, you can't go with Left Eye because
Well,
she's not around.
I think we all knew that, Danny.
Not everybody does that.
Well, I think we all did.
Okay.
Why is Chili and Left Eye getting shade thrown?
Just saying.
I mean, T-Boss is my favorite.
Well, I mean,
so
but also,
I suppose there is some validity
Anthony
there.
Davis has some Left Eye qualities of
Sure.
not being available.
Sure. Damn. Ouch. That is savage, dude.
Man.
So he's got a holiday named after him, and he just thinks he can take shots at anybody.
Pew, pew, pew.
Damn.
Yeah, that's maybe a bit much. Sorry.
Damn.
Sorry.
I want to know why Chili catching strays, though. I think it's Dallas, honestly. I think because Nico being fired is yeah, got him, boys. Get that loser out of here. If Jerry goes, I think that's like I think it is an insurmountable amount. It'd be like taking a breath of real air after climbing Mount Everest. I think you would be so relaxed and just relieved. The pressure, the tension that comes off your shoulders.
As opposed to the celebratory nature of
yeah,
Nico.
as opposed to just, I hate this guy and he screwed me over. Jerry is just exhausting.
Mhm.
That's why I would say
The longevity of it all.
yes. Like the Cowboys haven't won a playoff game since Tony Romo.
Mhm.
Wait, he didn't win a playoff
Oh,
game.
right.
See what I mean?
Yeah,
like
the hold.
like the no catch from Dez.
Yeah.
You know, like it's been a long time.
Mm.
The Mavs have won a title and been to a title since then. Yeah, it's Jerry.
Yep.
Well, we wasted that away. When we come back, we'll talk about the Blazers. They lose to the Magic 115-112. And like I said, sometimes guys just make a shot. 105-1 The Fan.
All I can think of when I hear this song is Michael Keaton. Sometimes you just gotta creep.
Sometimes you gotta creep. Now that's like the 7th reference you've done. No, I don't know.
Can't
who
go
they
chasing
are.
waterfalls.
I don't know any of them. That was good. I did watch that movie for the first time. I did enjoy Michael Keaton. Coming up in hour number deuce, we will get into Monday Night Football and whatever the hell that was. The ACC is falling apart. The SEC starts to separate, plus Web Gems. We're going to move old Jedd Fisch talk to tomorrow. This is how much I care about Jedd Fisch. We were supposed to talk about him on Monday. He got moved to today, and he is now getting moved to tomorrow.
There you go.
Because
He's a husky.
and he's just a wet blanket.
He's a fish.
He is a fish.
I love Jedd Fisch.
What are you, a gay fish? That's South Park reference.
Yes.
You like Jedd Fisch?
Yeah,
you
dude.
would love Jedd Fisch. Good God.
You get to interview him, and you're just like, yeah, I like this guy.
Oh, I'm a hard pass on that.
Oh no, he's great.
Blazers fall last night, 112-115. And if you've heard updates all day today, they've kind of told you the story of the game. Blazers go on a big run late in the fourth quarter to tie the ball game up. And then kind of, in my opinion, a little out of nowhere, Desmond Bane hits a shot. Magic win 115-112.
Well, it was definitely out of nowhere. The Magic at that point in time were 7 of 29 from 3.
Just playing dog-ass basketball.
Desmond Bane was 0 of 5 from 3.
Dude, what is wrong with him? I mean, you've said this. We've talked about it. It's fit. It's all that stuff. But, bro, you gave up 5 first-round draft picks for this guy?
4.
4, whatever it is. That's 4 too many from what I've seen. Small sample size.
So what's really interesting here is what the Blazers have in 2 straight games is their inability to turn the team over in the opponent. They only forced, was it 13? Yeah, 13 turnovers last night and 5 steals. The Blazers, prior in their first 8 games, 20 turnovers forced every night and over 10 steals. They had 5 steals last night and only 13 turnovers. The Magic played their game. They slowed it down. I need to double check it, but I believe this is the first time this season the Blazers did not cross 100 possessions. This is the team that plays at the second fastest pace in the NBA.
Right.
So you're limiting their possessions. They shot better from 3, 13 of 36 from 3, 36%, which is fine. It's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. They missed some free throws, 19 of 26. They missed 7 free throws, some clutch free throws that were missed by both Paolo Banchero and Shaedon Sharpe that made the final 35 seconds of that game completely bonkers. But the thing that, bit them, it kind of opened the door, obviously, was the missed free throws, and then Paolo Banchero getting that and one. It was a great little play design.
Yeah.
But before that, Tumani Kamara and Thiago Splitter cooked in the ATO, the after timeout on the sideline out of bounds play where Tumani Kamara turned into Nick Batum for a second.
Yeah.
Threw an inch perfect pass to Jeremy Grant for an and one on the lob. It was just like, oh my God, out of nowhere.
Yeah, and we talk about this almost every single time we get into the Blazers. It sometimes offensively takes all 6 of them, I'm going to call them all 6, the starters and Jeremy Grant, to at least 5 of 6 of those to be on. Drew Holiday had a rough game last night. He had a rough fourth quarter, I thought. It's just sometimes he's not supposed to be the offensive guy that we're relying on, but I think we're being how do I want to describe this? I feel like we've been gifted some nice Drew Holiday moments so far that maybe as a casual fan, we're kind of like expecting him to bail us out every night.
Well, again, it's kind of funny. Coming into the night, I think Drew was averaging 17, 6, and 4.
Which I love. I'm great
you
with
get that from your starting point guard. That's good,
a true
baby.
point guard, not a James Harden, Steph Curry point guard.
but
like a true distributor of the ball point guard.
But not only that, so the rough night from Drew Holiday is 13, 7, and 7. On 6 of 14
I
shooting.
know I love the 7-7, but I think it's the 6 of 14 shooting, the 1 of 4 from downtown that I think just has some people kind of just nobody's mad at Drew Holiday. Nobody says
Oh, no,
sucks.
people are mad at Drew Holiday right now because of that turnover at the end.
Oh, I'm not mad at him. That's basketball. Things happen.
Yeah, no. And again,
that's a 2-time NBA champ who might be walking into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not mad at him.
No.
It happens. Like I said, sometimes a kid makes a shot. Desmond Bane, for my money, not my cup of tea. He made a shot.
I mean, it was an incredible
shot.
I mean, running away to the corner. Tom Haberstroh had it on the broadcast last night. It's the longest by distance game-winning shot in Magic history.
Oh, wow.
27 feet. And it was
That's not even that far.
It is. I mean, it is and it isn't. But also,
Sorry, I live in Damian Lillard land.
Yes. It was his 38 feet.
38 feet.
38 or 39. Tumani Kamara was blanketing him. It was unbelievable defense. And Bane just ripped it. Absolutely ripped that shot. And now the Blazers have lost 2 in a row. Dun, 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 dun. They're 5-5. But yet, They have of their 10 games, 9 of them they have had a chance in the final 5 minutes to win the game, and they've come out on top in 5 of them. That's where they are. It's like they're losing in the margins.
I found this stat. The Portland Trailblazers have played the most regular season games decided by a margin of 3 points or less in NBA history.
Through the first 10?
Through the first 10.
Yeah. Yeah. They're in every single game.
They are. And we talk about what is being said in every locker room post playing the Blazers. Boy, that sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Hated doing that.
And there is an adage in the NBA. You have to learn how to win.
Mm-hmm. You do.
And so far, they're about 500 in those.
And I mean, 500. I'm happy with 500 right now.
If you're getting games, this is how you get to be a team at 500 or better. You play 500 basketball in clutch moments.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reality. Great teams play above 500, but good teams play about 500 in those. We talk about this in the NFL in one-score games. The Commanders last year, they had all the luck going their way. The Detroit Lions didn't have that luck 2 years ago, and they had it this past year. And we see that over and over and over. We talked about this yesterday with the Seahawks. You know, who have they played and who have they beaten? How many of these one-score games and all these kind of things. There's fans across every sport. The one thing that they don't want to do is admit luck.
Really?
If you look at it, like we talk about Cooper Flagg, it's luck that the Mavs got him. It's luck.
Or is it?
Wemby going to the Spurs. It's luck.
I know. I don't actually believe it's rigged. And you can go down to, like, I'll take my fandom here for a second. In 2016, Rajai Davis hits a home run in the 9th inning off of Aroldis Chapman to tie the game and send it into extra innings in Game 7 of the World Series. If that wall is 2 centimeters taller, he doesn't hit it. It's luck.
It's luck.
It's luck.
And it's just,
sometimes it's luck.
It just is what it is. And so.
And look, everybody in the NBA can shoot a basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Even the worst shooter in basketball, which apparently is Shaden Sharp, according to a lot of people, that even he can make a shot. So a Desmond Bane can throw it from 27 deep and it go in. There's a little bit of luck involved.
Yeah, there is.
Now, the Steph Currys and the Damian Lillards
they
of the
can
world,
increase their luck.
Yes, they can increase their luck based on their skill. But there is still look, the shot over Paul George, there's a little bit of luck involved in that.
Look, Anthony Black takes off a 1/10 of a second later. That's a goaltend.
Yep.
That goaltending call that got reversed, which ended up being the right call. In live action, it looked like it was at its apex or coming down. You slow it down, you're like, no, it wasn't a goaltend. But if he takes off a split second later, it's a goaltend.
Yeah.
That's luck.
Well,
that's luck.
Blazers should have a get-right game here tomorrow as they will continue their road trip into New Orleans to take on the Pelicans.
Real quick, though, you mentioned Shaden. We should mention Shaden. Shaden had a very good game last night.
Yep.
He was decisive. He was direct. He was aggressive. He didn't settle for shots. He got to the rim. He got to the free throw line. Did he miss some free throws? Yes,
Sure.
It happens. But I liked what I saw from Shaden last night.
I did too. And sometimes that's the remedy for your slumps is to keep shooting the ball. Don't keep shooting the ball like Cade Cunningham, but shoot the ball to get out of a slump.
46 shots to get 45 points, baby.
I'm going to take a pass on that. I'm going to take a real hard pass on that.
2 guys doing one job. We got to do something about that.
All right, when we come back, we'll slide over into the NFL. The Blazers will take on the Pelicans tomorrow in New Orleans, which should be a nice reset for them. But good for you, P1 Tyler, and your Magic fandom. Get it out of here. This is a honk-only uniform over here. I kid. Congrats on Magic fans. Nice little W. We come back, Monday Night Football. Is it a defensive struggle or is it just bad quarterback play? You might be surprised which way I go on this. Loaded hour number deuce, 105.1 The Fan.
Is your
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Jeff Rust with your Sports Center update. First on the Fan, now 0-2 to start their 5-game road trip with losses in Miami and Orlando. The Trailblazers off today as they head to New Orleans to face the Pelicans tomorrow. The Blazers are 5-5 on the season, 9th in the Western Conference. The Mavericks have fired GM Nico Harrison today during a meeting with team governor Patrick Dumont. Assistant GMs Michael Finley and Matt Riccardi are being promoted to lead basketball operations. The Mavericks are 3-8, 14th in the West. Got an NBA doubleheader tonight on NBC and Peacock. First up at 5 o'clock, 76ers 1.5-point favorites hosting the Celtics. Then the nightcap at 8. It's the Nuggets 8.5-point favorites at the Kings. And over in college football, in a legal filing, Brian Kelly's attorneys say LSU has not, quote-unquote, formally terminated the head coach. It further says the school is looking to fire Kelly for cause and potentially avoid paying the full $54 million buyout. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Rust from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson. Weekdays 2 to 3. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
All right, hour number deuce. If you missed any in the first hour, you can catch that at the Fan Podcast, 1051thefan.com, the Odyssey app, wherever you get your podcasts. The YouTubes are available to go back and listen to stuff. Rewind, fast forward, except for in the future, that would be impossible. Talked a lot of Nico Harrison last hour, a little bit of Blazers at the end as they fall to the Magic. They'll take on the Pelicans tomorrow. I'm sure we'll chat a little Blazers tomorrow throughout the week. I didn't want to dominate too much Blazer talk today because I knew there's no way I could get to the level of NBA Dirt Johnson this morning.
I know, a whole hour.
NBA Dirt.
Look at that.
Love to see it. Love to see it.
It comes for us all.
It comes for us all. A lot to get to this hour. We'll slide into a little bit of college football as the ACC seems to be falling apart and the SEC is starting to make statements, although if you talk to Craig Sankey, he feels differently. And then some web gems. But we'll start here in the NFL. And remember, you can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Stream your local NFL game live every Sunday all season long, starting at just $30 for your first year. That's like $250 a month. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. Monday Night Football ended last night. The Eagles defeat the Green Bay Packers 10-7. I believe it was the first time an NFL game was 0-0 at the half in 82 years.
That sounds about right.
Did I hear that? 0-0 at the half?
That game was an affront to football in general.
Well, let's get into this. I think this Packer defense is really good.
It is.
I think this Packer defense is really good.
It's so good that Jordan Love apologized.
and Micah Parsons, he said it best too. He was just like, I mean, he's also doing a good job of not like killing his offense for having a rough night, but he said something along the lines of like, this defense is really good. We are going to win games for it. We're going to win games. This team is really good. We will win a lot of games. And I think that's the case. But I'll tell you what, Danny, I watched this game and I sat there because I have been riding this train for a long time, all season long, basically. And I started picking it up a little bit at the end of last season. I'm a big Jordan Love guy.
You are.
I picked the Packers to go to the Super Bowl this year. I picked them to win the Super Bowl this year. I decided to sit down and watch Jordan Love last night. And let me tell you what, my opinion is starting to move.
Didn't love what you saw, huh?
Did not love what I saw. And a lot of it isn't really like mechanics or progressions or talent or anything like that. For me, it's a lot of attitude. He seems at times a little disinterested or maybe a little not concerned.
Aloof?
Aloof is a great term. Maybe not as, I don't want to say anxious, but like, anticipatory or like exciting. He's not dumpy like Eli could be sometimes.
Sure.
He would throw a bad pick or something. He'd do the you'd see
The
it
woe
on his
is me
face.
face.
The woe is me face, the classic Eli pouting face. But I see him not convert on fourth down. I see him, miss a throw or a running back. What was it? Jacobs turned to the right when he turned to the left. Aikman made that call very great on the broadcast.
On the option route, yeah.
On the option route, that was a Jacobs mess up. But I didn't see anything in him. Not that he needs to like call out Jacobs for doing the wrong thing, but we missed that. Or just something. There's just no life to him. And I think that's a very dangerous road to go in the NFL as a quarterback. I think you got to have some pizzazz to you. Jalen Hurts has it. Dude, I think Jordan Love, talent-wise, is more talented than Jalen Hurts.
Fair.
Talent-wise. But, dude, that guy's a gamer and a winner and a leader. And I'm not seeing that on Jordan Love.
Yet another thing that you love.
Falls apart.
Falls apart.
If my wife is listening, please don't be another one. So I like you a lot more than I like any of this stuff.
Oh, come on. It's tough out here. But, yeah, no, look, I don't want to sit here and defend Jordan Love. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. Of the teams that are like contenders, and we was talking to Dirt about this morning.
And both of these teams are contenders.
In a sense, yes. But the Packers have the worst set of weapons of any contending team in the NFL.
Facts. I like their running backs.
Look, yeah,
their running game is great.
Running back's fine. I mean, I love Josh Jacobs. Not even with him like being a Raider, just still,
he's just good.
Just good. He's a good running back. Now the fumble that would seal the deal, but Tucker Kraft was their guy, and without him, they don't have anything. I'm not excited about Christian Watson or Dontavian Wicks or Dobbs. I mean, Savion Williams. None of those guys excite me. Like Luke Musgrave is nice, but
Dobbs had a rough night last night.
Yeah.
He was not good.
Drops are drops.
Drops are drops.
But beyond that, it's like we started kind of got going through like some of the other teams. Like if you're the Packers and everybody talks about the Bills not having weapons, give me James Cook and give me Shakir and give me Knox and like give me those weapons.
Also give me Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Like Josh Allen's got that Mahomes vibe to him, that Tom Brady vibe to him of I don't care who plays wide receiver. If you run your route, I'm going to get you the ball.
Right? Like
Yeah.
he's just going to do the thing. So part of me wants to give Love not a pass, but like a nod. But also now LaFleur, the heat is cranky. He's flat out saying he's basically coaching for his job now.
Matt LaFleur, quote, I feel like you're always coaching for everything in this league, That's my mindset, and that will be my mindset till they tell me not to coach anymore. And I think that is where I will bail out Jordan Love a little bit because we all want to be right in our opinions and our takes,
Sure.
and
It's a lot more fun.
I want Jordan Love to be great. Plus, just the complete and utter ridiculousness if Jordan Love is an all-world quarterback that we have 3 in a row in Green Bay. Like that's a cool sports story.
Sure.
Whether you like Green Bay or not, that's a cool sports story.
It's a cool sports story. Everybody not named the Bears or the Vikings.
Exactly, and I'll throw the Lions in there as
Yeah,
well.
the Lions.
I know. It's like why I don't pick on the Kansas City
Yeah.
Royals. I'm like, it's the Royals.
Yeah.
Who have a World Series more recently than my team. 2 of them, actually. But I think that there is a serious situation here with Matt LaFleur, and I kind of mentioned it yesterday. Like, dude, you're the Sean McVay, the Mike McDaniels, the Kyle Shanahans. Like, you're one of the hot young guys, and your offense is becoming week to week more and more
Inept.
stagnant and inept. And it's like, is it a philosophy thing? Because I would think if you have that kind of offensive brain power, that in theory it should make up for some of the lack of abilities in personnel, right?
Well, look what Shanahan has done with the 49ers with Mac Jones.
That is such a great point because Mac Jones
is not Jordan Love.
It's not Jordan Love, and Mac Jones was left for dead, and rightfully so, and he looks like a giant bust. But boy, Shanahan has made him be something. He's turning Juwan Jennings into a number one, and he's not a number one.
No.
But through scheme and adjustments and defensive reads, he's making it work. McVay does it with the Rams as well. LaFleur, you are starting to get to a point where I don't believe you can do this.
Is it more that LaFleur looked really good because he had Aaron Rodgers?
Maybe. I mean, do you love Mike McCarthy? I don't love Mike McCarthy.
mean, he did. He does have one.
With Aaron Rodgers.
But again, he does have one.
I agree. But some of it, we always say, good coaches still have to have good quarterbacks. And
Yes.
good quarterbacks still have to have good coaches.
Yes.
Like paging Joe Burrow. And this is what I say about Josh Allen. I'm not the biggest McDermott guy. A lot of people want to say, and I hear it on the text line here and on the YouTubes and from everybody all the time, take Mahomes away from Andy Reid. You'll find yourself a mediocre quarterback. I don't believe in that, but there is a combination that needs to happen between that. And I don't think LaFleur is the guy. And if you're the Green Bay Packers, who are you more invested in right now, Jordan Love or Matt LaFleur?
Well, one of them makes $50 million.
Exactly. So it might be time to cut bait and try to find somebody. Or when McDaniel gets fired, Dable's available. Maybe LaFleur needs to be a head coach and not the offensive guy.
Could be.
And I think the whole crazy thing about this situation, I'm sorry to dominate this conversation.
No, I'm letting you go because I can tell you got something.
I think the whole crazy thing about this situation is this is masking the fact that the Eagles have a massive problem. This team is not very good.
Well,
I heard this morning of the 10 worst statistical Jalen Hurts games of his career. 5 of them are this season.
Sure, they have a
They
problem
miss
there.
Kellen Moore so bad.
Yes, we talked about that early in the season about that being a thing, but also this Eagles defense is very good.
I agree.
The addition of Jalen Phillips making immediate dividends.
These two and Seattle might be the best defenses, and Denver.
Houston.
And Houston. There's your top 5 right there in whatever order you want to put them. I agree. But the offense is kind of broken in Philly, but I'm not concerned about that because I'm too busy being pissed off about Matt LaFleur and his crappy offense.
Yeah, because, Philly, again, Saquon gets 22 carries for 60 yards.
Yeah, you gave him the rock.
2.7 yards per carry.
And they stopped him.
They did, and Lane Johnson being dinged up again, the offensive line being dinged up and some changes after a Super Bowl, the things that we always see with Super Bowl teams. It's kind of rearing its ugly head, but I think it does come back to something we've talked about, not a bunch, but a fair amount, but they're missing Kellen Moore. I mean, I think we said the same thing about the Lions, but we didn't really say this about the Eagles. The Lions lose their coordinators and Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. Well, now Dan Campbell's taking over play calling duties for the Lions. It's like, well, okay, so you're seeing this around the NFL. There's actually quite a few teams that are pretty decent where head coaches are taking over play calling duties either on offense or defense.
But nobody
Dan
can
Quinn in Washington.
Yeah, Dan Quinn doing the defense in Washington. And I trust him when he does that.
Yeah.
When he decides to do that, I trust him. But if your offense is running stagnant, like the Green Bay Packers are,
Got to do something.
There's nobody to take it from Matt LaFleur because he's the guy in charge. The GM can't be calling the plays. There's no owner to respond to. If I'm a Packer fan, I don't mean to cry wolf here, but I'm a little worried.
Eyebrows are up.
Eyebrows are up big time.
That's where I'm at with it.
Also, man, why couldn't that have been a better game on paper?
I was so
you
wrong.
guys killed me in
I was
primetime games this week.
Wrong. I thought, to be honest, I thought the Eagles were going to bludgeon them.
I'm the primetime guy. I'm trying to watch primetime games.
See, this is why you have to watch the other games.
Just something about a Monday night with nothing else going on. The Blazer game ended early. And I was like, this is great. I'm just going to watch football.
I do appreciate a Monday night Blazer game and a Monday Night Football because of the networks that they're on. It does.
I just sat there with my antenna, channel up, channel down.
Yep.
Channel up, channel down.
Not just that, but we had to wait for Monday Night Football to finish to cut our show a little shorter than usual.
Oh, right.
There we go.
I'm just saying. I get paid not by how many minutes I do, but how many show appearances I make.
Yeah. Well, it was nice, too, because as the Blazers hit halftime last night, that was basically right at kickoff of Monday Night Football.
Well, here we are on the Blazer postgame show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Check clears.
Yeah, well, we had one of those last year. I think we did a show for like 14 minutes. I was like, I get paid the same.
Hopefully your bosses over there aren't listening. Come up in contract negotiations.
Hey, I get paid by appearance.
All right, let's slide over into college football as the ACC is completely falling apart. The college football playoff rankings will be put out tonight. We'll see an updated thing on that. And what to do with the ACC. Could they play their way out of a college football playoff championship appearance? We'll get to all that next. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. This is 105.1 The Fan. Sometimes I forget this isn't a radio station or like a music radio station because I'm just like rocking out in my headphones here.
We can let this one. We can always let Crossroads.
Always
roll.
let it marinate a little touch. Free consultation coming up at 12:15, so get your questions in. Any advice you need from the weekend in your life, sports, whatever it might be. Should Patrick become a Packers fan? Boy, I didn't realize I was going to be as heated about that as I am.
I just let you roll.
I know, and I appreciate that. That is called teamwork and chemistry. I appreciate that. I did not have it because, like, I was thinking about it all morning, and all night last night watching the game. And I'm just like, I think it was because as I was scrolling my feeds during the break, and I came across this quote from Matt LaFleur, and it just lit me up. And I was pissed off.
No, I love that. You're coming out as a Packers fan.
Which makes me wonder if I'm secretly. I got a ton of friends who are Packer fans. And,
you haven't chosen a team. You've dabbled with the Chargers.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was a Charger fan for a long time.
Packers are a good, fun team, man. There's a level of competency with them that is unrivaled in sports.
Yeah,
and they're different than they rotate their presidents because of the shareholders and all those kind of things. It's a very different enterprise from anything else in sports, and you kind of know what you're going to get in every decade. You're going to have probably a Super Bowl run.
Dare I say there is no team that accepts fandom not from that area more than the Green Bay Packers?
I would say the Raiders are up there too.
Because it's like if you're a Yankee fan, it's like, oh, weird,
Yeah.
you're a Yankee fan, Yeah, I watched them win World Series titles when I was a kid too. Good, go for you. Or a Laker fan, you're like, weird, no kidding. Kobe was really great. Now it's LeBron, I get
the teams
it.
that have been around for a long time and been really good, but not the Lakers or the Celtics or the Yankees or something like that. The Raiders, when I was growing up,
Raiders, Packers, Steelers?
Yeah, I was literally just going to say those three. It's like because the Cowboys are in that, you're like, but they only had that
go
one
away.
era.
Yeah, nobody cares.
It's-
Well, 2 arrows. But
Well,
you got to be like 60.
Yeah, yes. I mean, a lot of those people are not around.
Yeah.
It's weird that the Bulls don't really have those fans because they had that era.
That's it, though.
But that's the only
it.
one.
That's it.
But yeah, no, I was gonna say Raiders, Packers, Steelers. Those three teams do have 3 of the largest national fan base followings.
Yeah. Yeah, because all college football and basketball, you'll just get roasted for. Maybe Duke, North Carolina, because everybody has an opinion on one of those teams. But yeah, college is tough because it's just so regional. And speaking of regional, we'll fly over to the Atlantic Coast Conference, the ACC,
We making up new conferences?
featuring teams known as the Cal Bears and the Stanford Cardinal as well on the Atlantic Coast Conference. This conference is kind of falling apart a little bit. I texted you the other day. Jake Dickert has entered the chat. Shout out Jake Dickert for pulling out a W against Virginia. Feel like that went back home to the Cougs.
You just love every former Coug but Cam Ward.
Yep, basically Mateer for Heisman.
So weird.
My Cal Bears beat Louisville on the road. I watched that game.
What a game.
What a game. That was really, really fun. But this thing seems to kind of start to fall apart. I can't believe Clemson and Florida State
are what they are.
Are what they are. That game finishes, and both teams are now 4-5, and that's insane for me to think about. But I'm curious, as you look in the AP poll, we'll get the rankings out tonight. These are your ACC teams ranked. Your highest ACC team is Georgia Tech at 14. Right? Am I missing anybody?
That's right.
No, I'm not. Georgia Tech at 14, Miami at 16, Louisville at 19, Virginia at 20, Pitt at 23. Georgia Tech is probably the only team that I feel semi-okay about. They were on a bye this week, and maybe they get the benefit of not playing this week, so I don't have to think about them in my ACC life. But boy, I don't love this conference, and don't be shocked tonight when the college football playoff comes out and doesn't like this conference either.
Tech should be in. Georgia Tech should be in.
I bet you that. I mean, do you think they'll put a Georgia Tech team in?
Yes, I do.
Because it's not an automatic qualifier yet.
Yeah.
I do think there will be. But, could you, in theory, if Tech goes,
Tech finishes with Boston College, Pitt, and Georgia.
Let's say Miami loses to Pitt next week, okay? They're out, all right? Pitt loses to Georgia Tech, they're out. And Georgia Tech loses to Virginia in the ACC final game, they're out. Do you think Virginia's going in? Because I don't know, man. None of these teams really look. I mean, I'm with you. I'm in the Georgia Tech world, But none of these teams are screaming greatness to me.
No, but there's a romantic in me that wants to see a Byron Brown from USF, a Haynes King from Georgia Tech that wants to see
To see one of those guys.
Wants to see one of those
I
guys
want my
get
North
in there.
Texas crowd.
Yeah.
You know I'm in on
Yeah,
that.
but like I want to see one of those guys get in there and be the fly in the ointment. Like that's what Arizona State was last year. Now
Big time.
Big 12 is different, but that's why Leavitt had was he fourth in the Heisman odds coming into the season? Like that was a big part of that is because of how good him and Scadaboo were together.
And that's why I don't want the little teams left out. I don't want Tennessee in over James Madison, whoever the group of 6 team is this year, next year, whatever it is, because you're gonna prevent us from every once in a while watching an Arizona State. Now I know Arizona State is a lot better program than these G6s, and I don't mean to take shade, but I'm using it as an example.
Yeah,
nobody gave Kenny Dill a shot against Texas last year, and he should have won.
He should have won that game. Now,
So like those games happen for every
Arizona State. There's like 4 SMUs.
Yes, exactly.
But that's a trade-off I'm willing to take.
Without a doubt, I'm willing to take because usually the SMU that plays a team that should beat SMU,
Yes.
and so they do. Is it a sexy game? Nah, but it's the 10 a.m. game on Saturday, so what the hell do I care?
It's a lot like it's why I don't want to see the NCAA tournament expanded any further. It's like we have enough Cinderellas. We have enough opportunities. We don't need more.
Mm-mm.
It's because then it becomes watered down. And it's like, okay, now it's...
Well, and it's the fear in this of what does regular season losses mean? If you're just going to let, 3-loss SEC teams in, then what's the point?
Yeah.
Why even do it?
And then the SEC goes, well, then why do we even play our schedule? This is why we play ours. That's why you've got Greg Sankey up there saying that the SEC should not have, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, but he sees a world where the SEC should have 8 bids.
Look, there might be a year where the SEC could have 8 bids. It ain't this year.
It ain't this year.
It ain't this year.
There's 4. You could maybe talk me into a 5th if certain things shake out a certain way.
Let's slide over to that right now. We'll get over to the SEC. I felt the opposite of the SEC in comparison to the ACC, that I think things have become separate, and I think things have become quite clear, and I think after this coming weekend, it will become crystal clear about the teams that deserve to be in the playoff, where things stand in the SEC, and take that, Sankey. Pow! We'll get to that next. But first, the Kahuna with sports.
Hamburgers, the cornerstone of any nutritious breakfast.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, now 0-2 to start their 5-game road trip after losses in Miami and Orlando. The Trailblazers off today as they head to New Orleans to face the Pelicans tomorrow. Portland now 5-5 on the season, 9th in the Western Conference. The Mavericks have fired GM Nico Harrison today during a meeting with team governor Patrick Dumont. Assistant GMs Michael Finley and Matt Riccardi are being promoted to lead basketball operations. The Mavericks are 3-8, 14th in the West. An NBA doubleheader tonight on NBC and Peacock. First up at 5 o'clock, 76ers, 1.5-point favorites hosting the Celtics. Then in the nightcap at 8, it's the Nuggets. They are 8.5-point favorites at the Kings. And over in college ball, in a legal filing, Brian Kelly's attorneys say LSU has quote-unquote not formally terminated the head coach. It further says the school is looking to fire Kelly for cause and potentially avoid paying the full $54 million buyout. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Rust from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for the Oregon Ducks, the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Coming up in about 45 minutes, we'll get to free consultation at 12:15 in the Big Nooner. Get your questions in, any life advice you need or some fandom advice, sports advice. How to set up Scott Barnes to get fired. We can explore anything you want.
I mean, there's a lot of ways to do
At
that.
12:15, 503-864-6326, or the YouTube chat are ways to get those advice consultations you need. What do I do if I'm a Mavericks fan and they hire Neil Olshey? Well,
You throw back your head in laughter.
you buy a bullet and you rent a gun. Call it a day. That would be a rough life as a Mavericks fan, to put the cherry on top, as that texter put it. But we're staying in college football here, sliding over to the SEC. And, boy, you mentioned it. The comments from Greg Sankey that he's like, I see a world in which 8 teams could make the college football playoff. That might be true in the future, dude, but that ain't the case this year, in my opinion. I think the SEC made a large statement this weekend in separation of the haves and have-nots, and I think this weekend will show it even more. Last week you had Texas A&M and Missouri, okay? That is a top 25 matchup. The number 3 team in the nation taking on a Missouri team that is good but has stumbled against superior opponents. And not just stumble, but like kind of get routed.
Mm-hmm.
They get routed by Texas A&M. LSU, do they get a bounce back from a coach getting fired? No. Cagier game than Alabama fans would want, but they handle business. Ole Miss blows out Citadel. Vanderbilt, you're showing me what you are playing a close game against Auburn. They get the fired coach bump, but you're kind of showing me what you are in Florida as well. Florida right now. And then you fast forward into this weekend, and we're going to see that again. Alabama's going to take on Oklahoma. And I'm going to take Alabama in that game right now, and I think they win handsomely, which puts, in my opinion, Oklahoma to bed. Everybody's going to bitch and moan about Texas. Look, when the playoff comes out tonight, Texas is in the playoff. Like, you bet your sweet ass they are in the playoffs tonight. They will play Georgia. They will lose. Bye. And then outside of that, then it's over. Ole Miss, Georgia, Alabama, A&M. And the rest of me, good stories. Vanderbilt's a good story.
Yeah, you can see the line of delineation. Texas 3, Bama 4, Georgia 5, Ole Miss 6. Yeah, okay. But then you have Texas at 11. They'll play Georgia, and that'll sort itself out. And if Texas wins that game, you can have a real conversation. You can. But after that, it's 16 at Vandy, or 12 for Oklahoma, 16 for Vandy, 22 for Missouri, 25 for Tennessee. There is a clear line. Now, Texas is Texas is a habitual line stepper right now.
Mm-hmm.
But with Georgia, Texas this weekend, that should be solved.
And you know, Joel points this out on the YouTube chat that us fans debate who should get in based on what happens on the field. The decision makers do it based on how many eyeballs will be on the TVs. And that's the truth. But honestly, you know, a 3-loss SEC team, should a 3-loss SEC team get in over a 2-loss BYU? I know they only have 1 loss, but say they lose again. Should a 3-loss SEC team, which would be Texas, Oklahoma, Tennessee, and fill in the blank for the rest, should they get over a Georgia Tech, a Utah? Dude, Utah SP Plus, take it for what it is a top 10 team in the nation.
So
you really think Tennessee should get in over honestly, I'd rather see a 3-loss USC team than a 3-loss SEC team.
And this is what Greg, for anybody who doesn't know what Sankey said, this is from him on the CFB playoff selection.
Man, I'm spicy today. Greg
Sankey, I think there's a real scenario where the SEC is an 8-bid conference. Hold your laughter. I've had many conversations with individual selection committee members, and we've discussed how Missouri, Vanderbilt, and even Tennessee simply deserve to be in the playoffs. It's a no-brainer that the SEC has carved out at least 6 to 8 spots in the playoffs. No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's
a no-brainer 4.
You're telling me, okay, because there's only 4 teams that get a bye, you're telling me that if Tennessee gets into the playoff and they play Texas Tech, that's a fair fight, that those people got in based on the same merits?
Absolutely not.
If Tech doesn't get a bye, they're viewed as the same as Tennessee? That is absolutely
not true. Well, they get a home game, so, you know.
Well, so that's what pays it off, you know? Like, I want to see Oregon Notre Dame in the first round. I want to see Tech Ole Miss in the first round. I don't want to see Oregon Tennessee.
I don't want to see Tech Ole Miss in the first round. That's a really good game.
Well, it might be. It might be the first round game.
That's a game I want to see in round 2.
I know. But see, that is the game I'd rather see. I don't want. It's like Last year, Ohio State deserved to fall where they fell. Okay, they lost to Oregon. They had a really bad showing against Michigan at the end of the year, and they deserved to be where they were.
And then they ran that path.
But then they got into that game, and it was against Tennessee, and I was like, I don't even have to watch this game. I know how this is going to go.
Over.
And Ohio State has not impressed me right now. Now, what they did to the Ducks a week later very much got my eyeballs open. But I didn't have to watch that because I didn't think Tennessee needed to be there. And to say that a Tennessee, or which is about to be a 3-loss Oklahoma team, or about to be a 3-loss Texas team, that as far as my eyeballs go, I want to rip them out when I watch Texas. So they're going to go on the road to Oregon? That's a pass for me.
Yeah.
I get it. It's Oregon, Texas is a huge brand. I'm not interested in that. I would rather see Georgia Tech go to Ole Miss. I'd rather see that.
Yeah, I think that's the idea.
I'd rather see BYU at Alabama. You know what I mean? I'd rather see that.
Give me the not necessarily David versus Goliath, but give me a chance.
Give me juice.
Yeah.
Give me juice.
Give me a storyline.
A middle SEC team is not juice.
No.
It's not.
It's just, I love Kirk Herbstreit, but every time he says, as ESPN doesn't have a bias. Yes,
you work for ESPN, bro. Of course you say that. Look. We are 105.1 The Fan.
Yes.
1080 The Fan, home of the Ducks.
Yes.
All right. It is a prerogative for us to cover the Oregon Ducks. You know what you never hear me say? We're not biased towards the Ducks. Because if I said that, I'd be lying.
I mean, I am.
Well, I know, but I don't say that because the second you start saying stuff like that is the second we know you're lying.
Yeah.
Of course, I always tell people.
We're biased in how much we cover the
Exactly.
Ducks. Absolutely.
And I always say, look, I don't need the Ducks to win a national championship, but I need them to compete for one every year because it's good for what we do here.
Not only that, it's much more fun to talk about.
Without a doubt.
I don't want to talk about a bad. Take the Blazers for the last couple of years. I did not enjoy the last couple of years covering that team.
Yeah. And
I get paid to do it, and it was still tough.
And Herbstreit, we know, man, you're on the 4:30 call with Fowler, and it's always an SEC game. We know. But to say there's no bias involved, it's like Matt LaFleur. It's like Jed Fish. It's like all these dudes that can't say anything unequivocally. No 10 toes down by any of these dudes. I know you're lying.
Look at you getting mad about not being
Dude,
10 toes down. It's working. It's working.
I'm fired up right now.
I'm going to get you gambling, shooting guns.
Dude, I do
this is gonna
not.
be so much fun.
I do not need to be this fired up.
God, I'm going to get you out of flannel and out of carpet jerseys.
No.
Getting you wear Carhartts.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I almost bought a Wrangler jacket the other day.
Oh.
But I was like, I got a jacket. I got jackets.
I'm literally wearing a Carhartt t-shirt right now.
I know you are.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, well, they give us discounts.
You're lucky today I can't make fun of you.
That's right, baby.
Today is the one day. Today is the one day. Well, screw you, SEC. I hope you get the 4 teams in. You deserve.
Yes.
I want to make that very clear.
That's the thing is, those that
A&M,
deserve
Bama,
to
Georgia,
be
Ole
in
Miss.
should get in.
Even if Ole Miss drops another game, I still think they should get in. I still think they got one of the best quarterbacks in the country. I think the Lane train is rolling right now. Texas A&M, I've been critical of their schedule, but they're undefeated. I mean, in theory, Indiana's only had one good win on their roster because Iowa's not ranked anymore, so that win doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, Iowa's going to finish the season as one of the best 6-win teams I've ever seen
all time.
You're going to look at them and you're like 6 and.
They're going to go to a bowl game and roll somebody,
or somebody's going to play them. That's going to they're going to like, oh, we're playing Iowa, we're sitting out, and you're just going to watch them bludgeon a high school team. It's like, oh God.
All
It's
right.
a snuff film.
When we come back, we'll get into Web Gems, everybody's favorite here on Portland Sports Leader, the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Sometimes it's good.
Aw, I've interrupted happy time.
Sometimes it's bad.
Ouch, son of a...
It's Web Gems,
What'd you do?
the firm of Harris and Meringue on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 and 1080 The Fan.
All right, this is Web Gems. Do it every single day at 11:45. Coming up in the big nooner, we'll get to Brian Dable is fired in the NFL. And the future of the New York Giants are in the spotlight right now. And where do they go? Because there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of options you can do. So we'll get to that to start the big nooner. We also have free consultation at 12:15. Get your advice needs into the fan text line. It's 503-864-6326. That's 503-864-6326. Or the YouTube chat, youtube.com/1051 The Fan. This Web Gem story comes to you by the way of the Carolina Panthers, who, how they lost that football game this weekend, I'll never know. I'm going to chalk it up to the NFC South is maybe the worst division in football I've seen from a consistent basis over the last 15 years, maybe of all time.
It's up there.
Which is weird because Carolina's been in a couple Super Bowls in my lifetime.
But anybody else?
Atlanta has been in a couple Super Bowls in my lifetime. Tampa has won a couple Super Bowls in my lifetime. And the Saints have also won a Super Bowl in my lifetime. Yet somehow this division reeks of crappiness all the time.
Two things. One, this Panthers team beat the Packers last week. Number two, Tyler Shuck better than Spencer Rattler.
And better than the Carolina Panthers, apparently.
Hey!
So by transitive property, the Saints would beat the Packers. The Packers beat anybody good? Can we take this all the way up to the Chiefs somewhere?
Probably.
But the story comes to you as Rico, my boy Rico. Everybody's fallen in love with Rico Dowdle, correct? Are we not deciding that we love this guy?
Sure.
I feel like a lot of people. Are you mocking me?
No, I'm with you.
Okay. I was worried that I was on an island with this, but I feel like everyone's falling in love with him because he's got a really cool personality. He got fined because he did the Key and Peele dance of the hip thrust, but he did it 3 times, and that got him docked on his paycheck. They then brought in the Carolina Panthers, then on a Zoom call, got Key to get on there and explain to him that his character, Hingle McCringleberry, thrusts in a way that he doesn't get fined. And Rico took that advice and went out there, scored a touchdown, and did the dance and didn't get fined.
Hey!
Hey, you did it.
It's the simple things.
And I'd like to see more of this because, dude, I'm a fan of end zone celebrations. I'm a big fan of end zone celebrations.
It's like pimping a bat in baseball.
Hell
It's like,
yeah, brother.
have fun. In the end, we're still playing a game.
You can put it on the board!
Yeah, dude. And the
Yeah.
NFL, the no fun league, classically, always wants to take this away. Dude, who cares about a hip thrust? You hip thrust Brandon Sprague every single morning.
I give him a little something.
You little shakety shake.
Give him a little wiggle through the window.
Why
If you're ever watching on YouTube and you see Sprague shake his head disgustingly, that's what it is.
I just want to see more of this.
What, more of the NFL being the no fun league or more fun?
More fun.
I want more fun. Terrell Owens going and standing on the star.
Dude, the Sharpie.
Yes.
The Sharpie is one of my all-time
Ocho
favorite
Cinco
things.
hit the dance.
Joe Horn pulled out a cell phone.
Yeah.
I hate that he can't use props.
Jumping into the Salvation Army bucket.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Easy
was
going.
great. That was great. He got fined for that, didn't
Yes. Which,
because it was a prop.
but also it's like it's the Salvation Army. Like,
he? That was free publicity right
Yeah.
there.
it's all good pub. Come on.
Yeah, I don't need
Choreographed dance, like team, like full team celebrations.
like the bowling pin.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Somebody rolls the bowling ball and everybody falls
Yeah,
over.
just
There's the one last
pull
guy.
the grenade.
The one last guy
Does the
spinning,
wobble.
and then he falls.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, it's great.
It's fun. It's like we saw these, like they got super egregious and was it Any Given Sunday? They did them. It's like the machine gun one where it just mows everybody down.
That one I don't think you should do.
No, but it's, again, have fun.
I know.
Have fun, man.
Why does the NFL say no to this?
Because they're lame.
But indulge me here, and you listeners out there, if you know it as well, like give me a concrete reason. Like, does this hurt the integrity of the game?
No.
Is it not suitable for children?
No.
Are we worried it's going too far?
The shaking your fist at clouds and clutching of pearls is that it's disrespectful to the other team and it could possibly lead to a fight or like.
Well, they should stop letting you in the end zone then.
Ding, 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 ding.
If I don't want Saquon to dance, so I'm going to keep him out of the end zone.
Yeah. And guess what? You know what they're out there for? They get paid to do it. Do the job.
Look, I hate Jose Bautista, and I don't want that guy flipping a bat. Therefore,
Pimps
I'm not going to throw him
Pimps
that
the
pitch.
bat better than anybody has ever pimped a bat.
Therefore, I'm not going to throw him that
Yeah.
pitch.
It's like I love it when pitchers get all salty about it, and yet they put the sword away when they get the strikeout, or the big fist pump when they get the strikeout, or the swing and the miss. It's like, oh, so you get to stun on me, but when I take you 400 feet, I can't stun on you.
Well, technically, Carlos Zambrano once did to get thrown out of a game for yelling at himself. He struck out a dude, started screaming at himself in Spanish. The umpire didn't know what he said, and he was like, you know what? You're gone.
I don't like the way you talk.
I don't like the way you talk. Speak English, man.
Yeah.
They speak English in what?
Mm.
Say what again?
Mm-hmm.
I've had a lot of Pulp Fiction today.
I mean,
my life.
it's all very dumb, and it's this whole idea of like we need to protect this, and it's about integrity, it's about respect. It's like, okay, sure. Have you heard the stories that are told about from between NFL players, the amount of S talk that happens that those refs all hear?
Yeah, man.
What respect is happening then?
Can you imagine if the NBA banned the night?
That exactly.
That would be so lame.
Well,
That would be so lame.
look-
because it disrespects the other team that the game's not over and he just told you it's over.
It's over.
Don't let him hit that shot then. But the NBA is like, dude, he hit that shot, this game's over.
I mean, John Morant, got in
I
trouble
like
for
having a little bit of like fun with what you're like, hey
Yeah.
man, sorry, game's over.
Ja got in trouble for the finger guns. It's like, well, no, Ja, you didn't get in trouble for finger guns. You got in trouble because you're a dummy.
Yeah.
You can't do those.
finger
Yeah.
guns. Yeah. But if my boy Klay Thompson does some finger guns, that's fine. Gilbert Arenas can't be walking into the arena doing finger
Pulling
guns.
6-shooters.
No, he can't be doing
No.
that. Can't be doing that. If Ant Edwards wants to toss the grenade, go for it, because I don't see him with guns at strip
Just
clubs.
don't do any pregnancy tests with celebrations. No gender reveals.
I do like the thought of the NBA just being the one league that it's like, if you tell the NFL, it's like, well, you can't do that dance. You shouldn't do that dance because it disrespects the other team. And then the NBA goes, well, he hit you with the night because even though there's a minute left in
Did
this
you
game.
see Norm Powell
he
hit the
kinda ended
shimmy?
it. Yeah. I
Norm
did see
Powell
that.
hit the shimmy and just sat there, just held it.
Ah.
Yeah, it's just like,
Well,
yeah.
well,
Hit the shot.
He hit the shot.
And
Night-night.
won.
Yeah.
Do the shimmy.
I don't care that there's 55.6 seconds left in
Dame
this game.
time.
It's over. Yeah, Dame time is great. The
like-
game's not over, but he let you know it is.
You know it is.
Start heading for the exits,
Yeah,
friends.
Pack it up.
Yep. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see
I love
here.
that you can't do the throat slash. It's like, why? Why?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Nobody's Jack the Ripper out here. Calm down.
I'm a pretty woke mofo here, and I'm pretty much like, I'm a softie for
Mm-hmm.
everybody, and I care about our feelings and stuff like that. Not on this.
I mean,
With sports, dude, don't let him hit the night.
Vince Carter in the dunk contest. It's over.
And it was over.
over.
It was over when he did it. That's the greatest
Dan
dunk of all
Lanning
time.
wasn't over.
It wasn't over, but they did
But
win.
they did win.
That is the greatest dunk of all time.
Yeah.
Yes, it's over. All right, we come back to Big Nooners next. We'll talk a little bit about the Giants and that job opening, what the future looks like to them. Plus, we'll have free consultation at 12:15. Get those questions in, the advice that you need in your life or your sports that we will take care of you and help you out with. 105.1 The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Jeff Rust here with your Sports Center update. First on the Fan, now 0-2 to start their 5-game road trip after losses in Miami and Orlando. The Trailblazers off today as they head to Nolens to face the Pelicans tomorrow. Portland now 5-5 on the season. They are 9th in the Western Conference. The Mavericks have fired GM Nico Harrison during a meeting with team Governor Patrick Dumont today. Assistant GMs Michael Finley and Matt Riccardi are being promoted to lead basketball operations. Mavericks are 3-8, 14th in the West. Got an NBA doubleheader tonight on NBC and Peacock. First up at 5 o'clock, the 76ers, 1.5-point underdogs hosting the Celtics. Joel Embiid ruled out with right knee soreness. Then in the nightcap at 8 o'clock, it's the Nuggets, 8.5-point favorites at the Kings. And in college football, in a legal filing, Brian Kelly's attorneys say LSU has not, quote-unquote, formally terminated the head coach. It further says the school is looking to fire Kelly for cause and potentially avoid paying the full $54 million buyout. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Rust from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Recruiting with Andrew Nemec, Thursday evenings at 7 after Isaac and Souk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
All right, 2 down, 1 to go here. The firm of Harris and Meringue. I'm Patrick. That is Danny. Sitting right next to me, Jeff Rust on the 1s and 2s. Final hour for you today. Then we'll toss you over to Ducks Insider from 1 to 2. The Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson? Question mark? I assume so.
Somebody here? Anybody?
The Fan Happy Hour from
Bueller?
2 to 3 with Luke Anderson?
I've not heard otherwise.
All right. All right.
Something to consider, Russ.
We
You might
think
be doing a
so.
show.
Solo show, Rust. Get buckled up. Oh, hell no. Sorry, I like that show. That show makes me
prepared
giggle.
for anything.
I'm severely underprepared for this. And that'll be from 2 to 3. And then it's prime time from 3 to 7 to take you all the way home, finishing up 13 hours of live, continuous, local, regional sports talk radio here on the Fan Sports Network. We'll have free consultation about 15 minutes, so get those questions in on the fan text line 503-864-6326. We will help you get through any and all problems that you may have in the sports world, or hell, we'll get real if you want. We'll get real if you want.
It's on the table.
Everything is on the table. But we'll start here in the final hour in the NFL. And this news broke yesterday shortly before our show, right? It was before our show that Brian Dable was relieved of duties for the New York Giants. And we touched on it a little bit, but I've been kind of thinking about it. Of all the jobs that could open up this year, okay, I think Atlanta's going to open up. I think the Bengals are going to open up. The Giants are open. Who else is going to be open that we might not be thinking of? I think Miami will be open. Thank you. I think there's a chance Green Bay could be open. I know that's wild to say, but I think there's a chance. I might throw a chance at Buffalo being open. But in some of these jobs that are open, and let's take the Packers and Bills out of that equation, the good teams that could be just ready for a new voice. This Giants team, to me, is unequivocally 10 toes down, far and away the best job. I think this D-line is really, really nice. And assuming Cam and Malik come back fully healthy, this offense, you've got a quarterback who I firmly believe in. Let's hope he's not concussion riddled.
Yeah,
you've got a wide receiver in Daniel Jones that looks amazing on the outside when he can catch the ball, when someone's actually throwing to him. And you got the little engine that could, the little firecracker that nobody seems to have an idea, the college freshman bro you've ever seen at the frat party.
The broest bro that's ever broed.
The broest bro that's ever broed in Cam Scatterbro. And you're going to have a high draft pick. use that on an offensive lineman. I don't think you need more skill. I think as you're building this, go get your
Offensive line.
offensive lineman right now. Dare I say this is the best job that's going to be open.
Unless something else opens
Unless
up.
a Green
yeah.
Bay or a Buffalo and unless one of those
MVP
opens
candidate,
up.
Cincinnati.
Yeah,
Although ownership. Ugh.
you'll have Joe, and Joe's coming back, but that defense still sucks real bad.
Oh, I'm going to say ownership in New York hasn't exactly been great.
Agreed. But when they have a head
They
coach,
have won a Super Bowl.
when they have a head coach and a quarterback, they've won 2 Super
Yeah.
Bowls. That's a long time ago,
But-
but it worked.
Still there.
It happened.
So
And I think you have a quarterback that could be a Super Bowl caliber quarterback.
are you surprised? Because Dayball was, from all the reporting, was very instrumental in wanting Dart.
Are
you surprised that they didn't also fire Joe Shane?
Yes,
'Cause
that's
I
the one
thought they
I'm
would.
most
I thought they
surprised
would
in.
both go.
That's the most surprised. I thought they were a package deal in going. I think the whole situation just unraveled really strangely. It felt like he went to Dart because he was going to get fired, and that was the right move.
Yes.
And Dart showed like, and kind of saved Daboll's job. But then it was like
Neighbors is hurt. Scadaboo's
Neighbors
hurt.
gets hurt, and then Scadaboo gets hurt,
And then your offensive line is bad, and Jackson Dart is getting smacked around and
Yeah.
has multiple concussion checks.
And it's like Russell Wilson has to go into the game, and now you're going to fire Dable.
Yeah.
And so I think the circumstance is weird. I didn't think Dable was going to survive it anyway, but I hate the circumstance in which it happened.
Is there a world that exists where if he doesn't go with Russ and he goes with Jameis, he still has his job?
Maybe, dude. Maybe. That's a weird thing for me. Like, why on earth do you think Russ Wilson is the right idea as a backup over Jameis Winston? You hear Jameis Winston? He came out and said, I want to be the backup next year.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I want to come back to New York and I want to be here next year. I mean, living in New York ain't bad.
No.
But I think he likes what's going on there.
Yeah.
And look, between Russ and Jameis, I don't know, spin the chamber. They both suck. But I might rather
But one's more likable.
One's way more likable. Do the ownership just like Russ? Like, we have the great Russell Wilson. He could be a Hall of Famer.
Some agent relationship or
or something.
Dayball's
I
closer friends with Russ. I don't. Again,
I do think if Jameis went in, that Dable survives one more week.
at least one more week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think they would have taken him unless Dart. If Dart went out for the year, bye.
Yeah.
But if Dart can play the rest of the year,
But that's also
because Dable's a well-respected mind.
He
Look,
is.
I'm seeing all these articles. Should Sean McDermott go get Brian Dable? And Sean McDermott says, no, I'm happy with Joe Brady. And blah, 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 blah. Like, Dable is a respected offensive mind in the NFL.
on the fan text line. As a Giants fan, I'm bleeping furious that Joe Shane is still employed by the team.
Yeah, man, I think it's and for you Giant fan out there, like I think Dable is going to get fired, and I think you're in a good spot having Dable move on. But I think it's a clean the house kind of situation. I got some breaking news here, amigo.
What do we got?
Travis Hunter done for the year.
Oh,
Season-ending knee surgery.
that's tough.
Boy, that trade's going to look bad, I think.
No other damage besides the LCL is the report.
Depending what Cleveland does with those picks, that could be
Which you could never trust them.
that could be a Trey Lance deal in the making.
He's expected to return within 6 months to full football activity.
That's almost full knee reconstruction.
Buddy.
Yeah, I think if you're a Giants fan, getting back to this conversation, I think, yeah, you are furious that the GM isn't out. I think Dable was just a little too late. You found the quarterback, but I think we've run its course.
Yeah.
And I think it's time to go.
And also Danny Dimes going to Indianapolis
Does
and
not
playing
make you
the
look
way
good.
that's got. But again, I think that's more on Shane than it is on Dable.
I also agree with that. What are you putting around him? You know,
So-
look, I can only cook with so many ingredients.
Remember Malik Neighbors is like, it ain't the quarterback's fault.
No.
And that was in response to Daniel Jones.
And he kind of liked Daniel Jones.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, we always laugh about the soundbite with him, but he kind of liked Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he loves Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
I think, I forget who it was that said it, but I saw the other day somebody said that the worst thing that could have happened to Brian Daboll was that first year where they came out and popped and
Yep.
they were absolutely not expected to at all. And then they kind of fell back to earth a little bit. Everybody was
Expectations went up.
yes, expectations went up when they probably shouldn't have. And then, come crashing back down to earth. Everybody's like, well, what about that first year?
No, I mean, it's fair.
Yeah, never peak too early as a head coach, especially if you start to go backwards. Like, what do they always say about Harbaugh? Year 2. Year 2 Harbaugh. Jed Fish, Year 2, Jed Fish, things get started in the right direction.
And then he goes.
And then he goes. We'll get to that tomorrow. But yeah, it's like, I think you bring up a really good point there, Rusty, that like you don't want to blow all your chips in in the first hand of the game, because then you're playing catch up the whole time. Everybody expects you to be great, even though the roster
and you're chasing something.
The roster now is way better than the roster was.
Sure.
And now you can't win, so you must suck, and everybody must suck, and you got to go. I like this Giants position. I would take that job in a heartbeat.
Look,
now, does ownership get it right? That I can't tell you.
That's the thing, is where do they go from here? Because Kafka's going to be the interim head coach, and we'll see where they end up going at the end of the year. But what's the identity of this next Giant team going to be?
I don't know.
Is it going to be offense? Is it going to be defense?
I don't know.
You know, where do they kind of go? You've got a nice little, mini triplets in Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterbo, and Malik Neighbors, but you've also got plenty of dudes on the defensive line.
I saw Kayvon Thibodeau giving Caleb Williams all sorts of trouble. Yeah, and that might put you in a great spot, because now you can go hire the best coach. I mean, I know everybody, on the ESPNs and the Steven Screaming A's and the Ryan Clarks of the world are going to be like, you need an offensive mind for Jackson Dart. And that might be true, but I also think because that defense is real nice, you could probably get whoever you want.
Lane Kiffin to the Giants?
Well, do you know what else I saw today?
I did not
too?
expect you to say that, because I will say this: I'd rather coach the Giants than the Florida Gators.
Yeah, right.
Do you know what else I saw today too? Was Bill Belichick.
Oh God,
Oh,
no.
God, no.
God, no. No. I've seen North Carolina football. It ain't pretty.
I'm out, dog.
I'm out.
I'm out.
A lot of dumb people running football teams.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's definitely a no for me, dog.
Look, if you were going to go down that path of the Vrabel or the Belichick tree, you need a Vrabel.
Yeah, you don't want Belichick.
You don't
need a
want
Vrabel.
McDaniels. You don't want Patricia. You want Vrabel.
Yes.
Did you see Tennessee ownership is still like at the trade deadline?
They
were
tripling down on it.
They said no. They went the other way. They wouldn't do a deal with the Patriots because they were still sour about how things went down with Vrabel, and not in the sense of like
He screwed us.
It was we sided with the wrong guy.
Yeah, we screwed him.
Yeah,
we screwed him hard.
That's not. Yeah, we chose the GM over him, and oops, dog, because they fired that GM like what 8 months later.
Patriots could be in the Super Bowl.
God, that's don't do that to me.
I said it. They could be in the Super Bowl.
They can't.
They could.
They can't.
All right, we come back. We'll get to free consultation as we do it every single Tuesday at 12:15. Get your advice, questions needed, whether it's your sports fandom, your love life, what you want to eat for dinner tonight, what you're going to do this weekend, how many SEC teams should get in the playoff, pal. Whatever you want. We'll do that next. 503-864-6326 and the YouTube side here on Portland Sports Leader 105.1, The Fan.
The It's time for your free consultation.
Don't sweat it. It's a freebie.
Every Tuesday at 12:15, the firm of Harrison Meringue dishes advice.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
Sports, life, your questions answered at your own risk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. The Fan.
All right, this is free consultation every Tuesday, 12:15. The firm of Harris and Meringue. I'm Harris, that is Meringue. We are here to help you through all of life's necessities. Whatever should come your way that's left you at a crossroads. Well, we are here to give you wonderful advice or potentially disastrous advice. Yeah, I like that we both knew which word we were going to use there. Disastrous. You know, I've said this before. If this job doesn't work out for me, I want to be next to the guy on the couch. I think I'd be pretty good at it.
So 2 people on the couch with the psychologist?
Just 2 shrinks giving each other advice.
Oh, that's funny. I was thinking you and some other dude were both seeing the psychologist.
Oh. Or what if it's like a casting situation? Maybe there's that for you too.
Just don't go in with a black light.
What does blue mean? What does blue mean?
So much blue.
My 9-year-old used the black light on the door handle in the bathroom.
Okay.
And he was like, what is
Whoa.
this?
I thought that was going somewhere else.
No.
real quick.
No.
How did you explain that to your kid?
And he goes, what's this on the door handle? I go, that's you not washing your hands leaving the bathroom. Now I'm going to get you a rag and you're going to clean that up. Dude.
I thought he walked in the bedroom.
Dude. Not sharing that story on the air.
She's not cracking a blanket in half or something.
Dude, I have standards. I have integrity here. I got people that go to my wife's preschool that listen to this show. I couldn't possibly go that direction. There's no way I'd get away with it.
I always say one of my favorite moments in Modern Family, they walk in on Phil and Claire and they shut the door real fast. They go, what was happening in there? And Luke goes, I don't know, but whatever it was, I think Dad was winning.
Yeah, dude. Jesus.
I don't break very often, but that one broke me.
Man.
That one broke me.
Tired of being around you sickos. Creeps me out just being around you.
So I got one.
Yeah, hit
This
me.
pops up every well, it comes out basically yearly, right? And I don't get the hankering for it yearly. Usually it'll take every 2 or 3 years or so, and then I remember why I don't eat them. To McRib or not to McRib?
Ooh.
You know, I don't know if I've ever had a McRib. I might have had a McRib like 20 years ago, if not more. The problem with me for stuff like a McRib, which is why I will go into the no that you shouldn't get into it, is because ribs don't come in patties. And that scares me. You know?
Chicken doesn't come in nuggets either.
I know, but nugs are good. But some of those nugs are like pulled white meat compressed together.
Yeah.
Some of those are just like
Pink paste.
ground up. Yeah, pink
Have
paste.
you ever seen how the
Nope,
McNuggets
and
made?
I will not.
Don't
I
do
will
it.
not because
No.
I enjoy
Don't do
eating
it.
my McNuggets.
Yeah,
But here's the thing. The McRib slaps.
does it?
I am not a when it comes to fast food, I go to the slower fast food establishments. I don't typically do drive-through places like I'll hit up like a Jersey Mike's or something like that. But
Chipotle.
yeah, Chipotle, something along those lines. But Taco Bell's been my go-to for a long time.
TB for life, dude.
I'm a Taco Bell ride or die kind of guy, and it was for a long time. It was a lot of riding.
And now as I get older, it's a lot of dying.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Well, it's still a lot of riding that throne too.
right. But I went to McDonald's for probably the first time like 3 years. I want to say like 3 or 4 months ago, 5 months ago, something along those lines. And I was like, you know what? Not bad McDonald's. I think I got the spicy chicken sandwich that they came out with, and I was like, because I wanted a chicken sandwich and I didn't want to drive all the way to Chick-fil-A a mile away or miles upon miles away because Newburgh. But
Kaiser's not far. You could get some in and out.
I mean, it's a 20-minute drive. But then it's how busy is the line going to be?
Yeah, fair.
Trust me, I've made that drive.
Yeah.
But
I only make that drive when I'm super drunk. Yes. I was hoping.
But I will.
He's a big ass boy.
When the McRib comes back, it's like a siren song calling from the road. You see the McRib is
Start to
back
get a
on the
little
sign.
tingly.
I haven't done it in a long time. Been years, but they might get me this time. They might get me this time.
I am told McRib is on the permanent menu in Germany.
Well, dude. Well, if you go to fast food establishments, American fast food establishments overseas, their menus are better than us.
Well, yeah,
than
they
ours.
have standards.
It's not just that, but like
Better
like,
items on there.
The better items,
Yeah.
like it's like McDonald's in Iceland had so many other things. I was like, oh my god, this is incredible. Like, why? Now, flip side is very expensive.
Yeah.
I might not be the highest, but when I was in Iceland, had the highest per diem in the world for us. We would quote unquote break down in Iceland on the way home from the Middle East, and our per diem was like $172 a day.
Is Iceland just that expensive?
It's just it's expensive. Like this again, like this is like 03, 04. You know, a burger there was like $10. Not even the meal. It was expensive.
Wow.
It just was. But we'd always be like we'd get that per diem, and then we'd go to the shopping on the on base and get the duty free and get everything dirt cheap. Load up food in the hotel room and eat that way. And then, you pocket a few extra bucks. Because look, 3-4 days, $170 a day. That's a lot of money for our broke butts.
Yeah.
Like that's, a couple $100 in our pocket. Oh yeah.
Dude, I'm spending $3 on food and the rest is booze,
But
party,
it especially after rotation to the Middle East,
soaking tubs in Iceland.
there may or may not have been that exact exchange rate.
Yeah.
It's the conversion of funds to beverages was significantly
Yes.
higher after you've been in the Middle East for 10 months. So
We'll stay in this. Here's a question comes to the text line 503-864-6326. I love to grill outside on my patio, but now that it's started to rain, despite it being covered, by the time I take my food inside, it cools off. Do I just start cooking inside, or do I bear and fight it to continue using the grill?
you bear it, but also you move your grill closer to the house. Not too close. Closer.
Easy ride.
They do also have nowadays, and like we've used it at the coast a few times, just an electric grill that you can put inside. It plugs into an outlet and it gives it the grill marks, and it's a grill, but if
Like a
you're-
George Foreman?
No, it's still an open air grill.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's pricey. Have you seen the
I'm going to hit the button again.
Easy ride. Easy ride.
That makes me really scared.
Have you seen the suitcase Traeger?
The suitcase Traeger.
It's like $500.
No, I have not.
It's an outdoor grill, but it's like so you can go camping. I will show you. This is great for the radio audience. I will show you the picture. It's literally
Okay.
a suitcase.
Yep, I see it.
And so you can take a full-on Traeger that has like a little black top on it, but you should not use this indoors. Don't. But you could probably get a little closer to the house. Then I'm just saying.
That terrifies me.
Just saying. I'm a person that I have grilled in the snow multiple times, dozens of times. And when I was stationed in North Dakota, snow is there and on the ground for like 5 months.
Look, I do not grill this time of year. I move to the inside. I move to the stovetop or go to the oven, and I just kind of change the diet. Like things that I would normally grill in the summer. Like I'm not going to make carne asada tacos this winter
Oh, see,
because I like my grill outside for it.
I 100% will.
And I want that to be as hot when I bring it inside.
Just cover it.
My barbecue is actually really close to my back door.
I
mean, it's closer than me to that door.
that's probably about how far so I have 2 grills out back.
Shocking.
I know. I've got the big monster grill for when I do a ton at once, and then I've got the one that I normally use.
I want a Blackstone, like an outdoor permanent Blackstone.
Look, man, I go to
They're high maintenance.
Are they?
They are. You have
You
to
got to
have
be
like
willing
fully,
to put in the work afterwards.
What? Just the keeping it seasoned?
It's
cleaned and protected and all those things.
I wasn't cut out for it.
I'm
too lazy.
If I won the lottery, my house would have like basically an uncovered home kitchen in the backyard. Have you seen like the stupid money houses that you get like the gazebo cover, but it's like marble countertop, like full on indoor kitchen, but it's outdoor kitchen.
It's like industrial kitchens.
Yes. That like I would.
I want one of those.
That would be the thing that I would spend.
I
money
want a
on.
flat top. I want like an 8x8 flat
Yeah,
top, like no one's
I
business.
I want a
Maybe 8 feet is bad, but
I
like
want
4x4.
a Mongolian grill,
Yep.
grill like what I want that.
Yep, me
like
too.
That's how gluttonous I want to be.
I need 5 burners and a 4-foot by 4-foot flat top.
Yeah.
I always get jealous when I turn on the old Food Network on a Saturday and see like a Guy's Ranch Kitchen on there, where it's like a full restaurant kitchen outside.
And what I would do is, because I could afford to throw stuff away, is because I would, like, if you have the money to make that stupid kitchen, then I would just go buy a bunch of onions and garlic and just cook onions and garlic for like 6 hours straight, 5 days in a row, and just season the ever-loving hell out of that flat top. Dude, I had a Juicy Lucy in Minneapolis on a flat top that had been installed in this bar for 60 plus years.
So it's just
Oh my
you
God.
can't get rid of it.
It's the best Juicy Lucy I've ever. It might be the best burger I've ever had in my life. Now, Juicy is you get a little excited because, it's got the cheese inside the meat, but it was seasoned. I watched them cook, and never once did anybody reach for any seasoning
because
it was just
it's that good.
It's that good.
Fan text line: how many miles is this guy's barbecue away from his house for his food is cooled down by the time he pulled it off the grill?
I don't know. Far enough to be concerned, though.
Run, Forrest, run. Also, cover it.
Well, there's a spot. So if I ever thought about doing this, like an outdoor kitchen, which I really would love to do, I have a little gazebo thing in my backyard. We have like a picnic table on it, a couple chairs, and like an end table, coffee table sort of thing that you can lounge out there. And I would want to build it there. That is, a lot further away from my house. So if it were down there to go inside, that would be the problem. Maybe you just need some better dishware, Like get some dishware that you can put it on when it's done, put a cover on it, and then it will stay hot when you go inside.
Yeah. You can take the cover back off because you don't want to steam something or continue to cook it. I get that.
I appreciate somebody trying to use the grill in 24/7, 365.
There's not weather that I have been in that I won't cook in outdoors.
We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with a little more free consultation. Your last chance to get any more in. We'll come back with a Blazer question. We'll slide over into sports, but first the Kahuna with sports.
You mind if I have some of your tasty beverage to wash this down?
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Big's Chicken. Try their smoked and fried wings, tossed with a perfect dry rub and served with a trio of killer sauces. Menus at bigschicken.com. First on the Fan, the Blazers start off their 5-game road trip 0-2 after losses in Miami and Orlando. They're now off today as they head to New Orleans to face the Pelicans tomorrow. Portland is 5-5 on the season, 9th in the Western Conference. The Mavericks have fired GM Nico Harrison today following a meeting with team governor Patrick Dumont. Assistant GMs Michael Finley and Matt Riccardi are being promoted to lead basketball operations. The Mavericks are 3-8, 14th in the West. Got an NBA doubleheader tonight on NBC and Peacock. First up at 5 o'clock, the 76ers, 1.5-point dogs hosting the Celtics. Joel Embiid out with right knee soreness. Then in the nightcap at 8 o'clock, it's the Nuggets, 8.5-point favorites at the Kings. Over in the NFL, Jaguars receiver and cornerback Travis Hunter had season-ending surgery today to repair his LCL. He is expected to return to full football activities within 6 months. And in college ball, in a legal filing, Brian Kelly's attorneys say LSU has not, quote-unquote, formally terminated the head coach. It further says the school is looking to fire Kelly for cause and potentially avoid paying the full $54 million buyout. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Jeff Rust from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for Seahawks football, the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
All
And
right,
I hit dingers.
And I hit dingers. Finishing up some free consultation here, and then we'll take you to closing arguments and send you on your way for the day. We are told there is Luke Anderson today at 2 o'clock. Can you confirm that, Rust?
Oh, no,
I just scared you to send a text when we don't have a response yet.
No.
No. You can hear the fear in his voice.
Couldn't hear it at all, man. Couldn't hear it at all. Whatever, dude. Just go to syndication.
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
Like you know the rules here, dude. Just go to syndication. Who cares?
And there we go.
Here's a Blazer question here on free consultation as we do this every single Tuesday at 12:15. What should I want to improve the Blazers offense? Trades, draft, waiting for Dame, hoping for internal progression, something else?
How about all of the above?
Well, let's 10 toes down on one. What do you think?
I am 10 toes down on that. It's all of the above. It's like getting Denny Avdia was not something that most people saw coming.
Not me. I don't watch enough ball to have seen that coming.
I like Denny. I love the you can go back to the minute that Woj tweet came out. I was like, hell yeah, that's a great move. I love Denny. But I look at that and I go, I think Blazers fans in general are or don't want the front office to be as slow and prudent as they have been with things. They want the immediate gratification. And I don't think it's necessarily unique to Blazers fans, but this front office has moved slower on those things. They're significantly more pragmatic in those things. So I don't think they're just going to go, well, we need more offense. So we need like it's about this season. We need to do this. And,
a lot of projects on this team. Donovan, Shaden,
and you're still kind
Young.
of waiting to see before you make any moves, so you don't Luka Doncic this thing.
Correct.
No, I don't think.
Or get rid of some guy before they pop, and then they pop somewhere else, which I think is the fear with Shaden Sharp.
Or even with that, it's more of like, okay, let's make sure that we're paying the right amount of money for guys that can give you the commensurate amount of return, whether that be on the court or in a trade. So this year was never about like going all in. That's not what this was. It was like, all right, we have an idea of what the identity is going to be. Let's prove the concept. Then after you prove the concept, how good can Denny be? Sprague and I were talking off air during the commercial and about like where they are. And we were talking about Shaden a little bit, and I go, look, man, Denny to me is showing me he can be a number 2. Like on a very good team, Denny can be your number 2. If he's your number 3, you are cooking with gas. Like you have got your
barbecue is up against the door.
Yes, 100%. The flames are encroaching, right? Your team is good. Like you are a team that you are a competitor. You are there. You are threatening. You are a top 4 seed. If Denny Avdia is your 3rd best player, you are a very good team.
I'm going to say the advice that I give you, this is what I want. I want to just see consistent improvement from this team this year, but I want them to be a lottery team because this draft is loaded.
That's not going to happen.
And that's what I want.
That's not going to happen.
But that's what I want.
The level, you know what, let's check.
I know what you mean. This team is better than that. This team has shown us they're better than that. But in terms of scoring woes, I think it's a little bit of Dame coming back next year. And I think this draft is loaded. Go find me a pure shooter.
Okay, so
bring somebody in that's just a pure shooter.
We're already seeing
find me a Devin Booker.
Well, that's a lot.
I know, but find me a Devin Booker.
So I guess I shouldn't say
trade for Devin Booker.
Well, I wouldn't do that. But so technically, Portland right now is a lottery team at 5-5. They're 13th worst record in the league, but they're right there with Toronto at 5-5, Golden State 6-5, Atlanta 6-5.
Maybe
Phoenix
they give
6-5.
us the old Nico.
But the separation is already happening. Washington is 1-10. Indiana is 1-9. Brooklyn is 1-9.
Can you imagine Indiana with a top 5 pick?
They've never had it.
I know. Yeah, they did. Reggie's a top 5 pick.
Is it top 3 or top 5?
I'm pretty sure Reggie's a top 5 pick because didn't they want Hurley?
Reggie Miller was the 11th overall pick in '87.
Wow, egg in my face.
If I remember correctly,
why did I think he went higher?
The Pacers have never had a top 5 pick.
Okay, I think. Can you imagine this team was just in the finals and they could get a top 5
and they
pick?
get Hallie back. Yeah, because Mathurin was 6.
Mm-hmm.
I think 6 is the highest they've ever picked.
And really, the only thing they've lost other than Hallie being hurt is Miles Turner.
Yeah. So
I mean, which is a big loss.
I mean, he's the longest tenured guy there
This
for.
texter says, "Find you a Klay Thompson."
But again, just kind of the separation that's already happening. New Orleans is 2-8. Their pick is owed to the Hawks. Dallas is 3-8. We don't think that's so. Those 5 teams: Washington, Indiana, Brooklyn, New Orleans, Dallas. Those 5 teams, they are
They're bad.
They are the great suck off of 2025.
Portland is a better team than all of them.
The Clippers,
and it's not close.
The Clippers are 3-7, but they owe their pick to the Thunder.
They'll figure it out.
Utah's 3-7. Charlotte 3-7. Sacramento's gearing up for a fire sale. Memphis might be gearing up for a fire sale. Orlando's 5-6, but they owe their pick to the Grizzlies. Boston is 5-6, and then you have Portland at 5-5 and Toronto 5-5. There is a clear delineation of the 5 worst teams in basketball.
We're 10 games in.
Then there's 5 more teams where you're like the Clippers being 3-7, I think they'll end up being fine. But then, after that, Chicago started hot. They're 6-4. Philly with Maxey and those guys. So could they end up being a lottery team? Yeah, they could. They could, but it's probably pretty unlikely. But they'll be a play-in team that finds their way there. You know what I mean? Not a dyed-in-the-wool lottery team. But the Dallas Mavericks moved all the way up to number 1, so there you go.
Just saying. All right, when we come back, there's one more consultation question that's revolved around gambling on the old fan text line. We'll use that one, and we'll send you on your way for closing arguments. This is the Firm of Harris Meringue, 105.1 The Fan.
Harris and Meringue is wrapping up for the day,
You want answers? I think I'm entitled.
which means it's time for the closing arguments. Brought to you by Leskin Law. One-day divorce mediation. Peace treaties, not war plans. Visit LeskinLaw.com for more information.
You want answers? I want the truth.
On the Fan Sports Network.
You can't handle the truth.
105.1 and 1080, The Fan.
All right, that's going to do it for us. This is Closing Arguments, and then we'll send you on your way. Hope you have a nice little lunch hour and a good afternoon on this Veterans Day. If you're not at work today, congratulations on getting a holiday off. That I bet you a lot of veterans are working today. So,
Nope, none of them are working. None of them are working today.
but shout out to the veterans of America, those that serve this country and keep it safe and protected. Politics be damned. We support the men and women that fight every day for this country, including you, Danny.
The funny thing is like if you're an active duty veteran, you know what you don't get today? A day off.
Yeah.
But it's my day.
But it's my day. Coming up tomorrow's show, we'll have Tyson Alger on. We'll put a bow on the Ducks' victory at Iowa.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see
very
what he
stoked
has
talk
to think
him
about that one.
Yeah. We'll chat with him tomorrow for a half hour, as we always do in the 10 o'clock hour. We'll also look ahead to the Minnesota Gophers on Friday night. Friday Night Lights in Eugene this weekend, because every Big Ten team plays a Friday night game unless you're Ohio State or Michigan. Weird. Must be nice. Must be nice. Although I'm very excited for a Duck game on Friday. That'll be the only sports game I watch, probably.
There you go.
I'll just watch the Duck game Friday night.
The Blazers play basically every other night for like 10 days. So I'm
chill.
just
going to chill on my
in
couch.
detention.
It's going to let me have Saturday and Sunday very like calm watching sports. Because like when the Ducks play at 12:30, like to do this job accurately, you know, for us to like be ready in our coverage of, you know, we are the home of the Ducks. Like I sit down, I'm like, okay, we're going to watch this game. I got my notes out. Here's what we're going to do. I can do that on Friday. So then Saturday, I just kind of get to go, you know, like root for John Mateer to win a football game.
I don't get a Saturday, Sunday off, I think, until January.
Those are what we call a YP. You know the difference between an MP and a YP? It's my problem and your
Yeah.
problem. When it becomes an MP, you let me know. Okay? 'Cause that sounds like a YP.
I was looking at that and I was like, oh, sweet Jesus. I have like 2.5 months of not having a weekend.
Nothing going on in this building causes that for you.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Clear up
Well, yeah,
one.
this Ducks game day producer doesn't know what that's like at all either.
Yeah, right?
I'm the guy that just, it's Friday. Friday. Gotta get down on
So
Friday.
yes, I'm digging this Friday game.
We'll finish up some free consultation here. This one kind of slipped in under the wire that I thought was kind of fun. I'm going to Gainesville next weekend to watch them play Tennessee. Is it worth it to go up to A-Lemonade to place some change on the game? To be clear, as a lifelong fan, I'll be there and ready to cheer hard. But in a disappointing season, the extra juice on the game might be cool. Of course, just a minor bet, by the way, but throw a little coin on it. What's the spread on this game?
So they're playing Florida, right?
Florida is playing Tennessee, correct?
Yeah. So, I was trying to think. So the only place you can place bets at is Hard Rock. So none of the apps are available. So unless you was a Florida State game, because the Hard Rock Casino Hotel is there at that stadium, you could place it there. But since you're doing it there, you would have to go to the A-Lemonade to do it. So, but yeah, do it. It's a little bit of fun.
Yeah, why not? I think you should throw some change on it.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm down. I mean, I don't gamble. I don't bet on Cougs. That's a notice how I said Cougs there, because that's what we say. We say Cougs.
Washington State Cougars.
I don't bet on the Cougars. Ugh, it just sounds wrong.
BYU's the Cougars.
They're the Cougars.
Yeah.
Houston Cougars.
Yeah.
We're the Cougs.
Yeah, that does.
Go Cougs.
And it's not C-O-U-G. It's C-O-O. It's Cougs.
Cougs.
It's Cougs.
You guys are also the ones that made that a verb.
Yeah.
So
Thanks, Russ.
little high five through the glass. All right.
Pretty savage, man. Thought we were friends.
Kind of combed you with a black light, didn't he?
Damn. Just because my team by proxy lost to Sam Houston State doesn't mean you got to kick a man while he's down.
Is that a blood stain?
Go Beavers. Yeah, you tell him. You tell him, Edo. I'm not a gambling guy, but if you're a gambler and you like it, plus
You're making a trip like this, you're having a little bit of fun with it.
flying across the country, you can tell your friends, yeah, I placed a bet. I live in Oregon. I went up to Washington, placed a bet, and now I'm in Florida.
And people will be like, God, that's far, not realizing it's literally on the other
Yeah,
side.
I know, it's just
not
literally
that
right
far.
there. Why not?
Literally.
Literally.
I'm so triggered by that now.
Well,
Drives me nuts.
have you noticed I have not said the phrase wax poetically in a while?
Or 100? 100%?
100%. Yeah, I know. I try not.
I'm in your head, Werder.
All up in my kitchen.
I'm still mad at you, Jeff. It just wasn't cool, man.
Really getting stuck in your craw on that one.
It's like when the principal takes Spicoli's pizza right after, learning about history.
Stuck in my craw?
Hands out, he goes, that's not really cool, man. Or no, that's from Super Troopers. He goes, dude, you just ate like $100 worth of pot, like $80 worth of shrooms. And he goes, who's the man? Who's the man? And then he says, so dude, I'm gonna need that $180 like whenever you got a chance. And his buddy goes, oh, that's not really cool, man.
Snozzberries taste like snozzberries.
That's not really cool, man. That is rough, dude. Hey, dude, do something with this. By the way, you owe me money.
Yeah, did you hear the audio or the video of the guy trying to take the charges for Tony Allen?
Yeah.
Hey, is there anything we can
What
do
can we
here?
do?
What can we do here?
That is a wink, wink. Is there anything we can do here that this all comes on me?
Always have a fall guy.
By the way.
Chris Carter, baby.
Yeah.
That's a friend, though.
That's a friend.
That is a ride or die
That
friend.
is a friend. You know who doesn't have any friends right now?
I hope you all had a shitty day.
Yeah.
It is because I don't like you.
Fired for cause.
What are they going to try to drum up on old Brian Kelly? I mean, I guess they'll look for whatever they want, right?
Yeah.
But it seems, I don't know.
It's all about
man.
what's provable in civil court.
That's a low blow for me from LSU. Like the story gets like look. I don't like Brian Kelly. Nobody likes Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly doesn't like Brian Kelly. But the more and more this story plays out,
Don't send the contract.
the more and more LSU just looks inept. Like you wanted to fire him, so you did. If you don't want to pay the buyout, then don't fire him.
Yeah, figure it out.
You know,
Well, and you guys were the ones that offered him this contract.
yeah, dude. So it's like now because you decided to fire him and realize that your boosters are probably gonna have too much control of your program now.
That's my feeling.
Yeah,
is
that
that
you've let the
hey, we paid $60 million, so you're going to hire the guy we want you to hire.
you open the box, yeah, and they're gonna want Kenny Dillingham, and he's gonna say no. They're gonna want Dan Lanning, and he's gonna say no. They're gonna want Eck, and he's
well,
gonna
then
say
why did
no.
we pay $60 million to fire Brian Kelly?
You tell me, man. You guys are the ones that forced me to do this. Letting the prisoners run the asylum.
Stuff out here.
Whatever.
Did you know there was like an old timey like early 1900s asylum in Wilsonville until like 10 years ago?
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude.
Shout out crazy people.
Yeah, like now it's like where Villebois is at, like this really nice neighborhood. But I was telling somebody who lives there the other day, and they're like, "Yeah, no, there's like a asylum like out of a horror movie that was here, like on because if you look right there, it's like a swamp."
Yeah.
And-
When
and
you
they were
cross
like-
you cross the I-5 bridge into Vancouver, if you look on your right, that's an old hospital. I don't know if it was an asylum, but it looks like ghosts living
Oh no,
there.
this was like haunted.
Closing arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit leskinlaw.com for more information. Leskin Law's one-day divorce mediation, peace treaties, not war plans. That's going to do it for us. We will catch you tomorrow. For Danny Morang, that's Jeff Rust. I'm Patrick Harris. Go do something I would do.
Bye.